Well, and I want that no see about Parliamentary Debates ne baako make out say Dwaso Nsem on Adom 106.3 FM. Yawada March ne de toso aduonu ensia. Me do man he ne kop na sante. If we say break up him say no do bebo bribia da de mesre kai won say it continues to be a collective responsibility. Now we build the Ghana we all want to build. Eti ene uba Dwaso Nsem ade ka onyan se wagenkyere mesoma dwenkyere unsusue mesususue agitum ne asone so na yakase Ghana we ana yepese yefa ntuma pa edifra after 69 years. So your quota, your contribution, your suggestions and input very, very important. On the wings of Kofi Assan, ably supported by Dominic Kisieboa, Ayoa 05 Abna Pokuya Hwiniye, Kejua, Kobe Stone, Caroline, and technically Mohammed Nini team. No, we are forever grateful. So Ajebre, so Bashe, no tea, no suandie. Well, Shane said, "Ever call Hamanso and Chibia and Dr. Siama Jr. C4C liver specialist hospital no war atwa and common so on a year chronic kidney disease complications." But Yabetina say bon comedy you be Roma Yabeda on us Monday to Friday. One of the Dwaso Nsem brain or asoya so kwanson koso C4C once treated forever treated. Anti-Mary's gripe mixture, a relieved child is a happy child. Endpoint homeopathic clinic, the end to chronic disease. Franco Trading Enterprise, phone papa fee, DBS Industries. 10% discount. But make sure, let's make your dream roof a reality with this unbeatable offer. MTN eSIM, download my MTN app on your Play Store and our App Store. And now say purchase data and pay the easiest way with Momo. Telecel say connected energies and Armin Scientific Akai say Yaire expect. Franco Trading Enterprise Yakoso Kayo say on your phone papa fee and Imperial General Assurance solid protection. There me de absa or say wasem ya semi here. Your story matters in terms of APSA. Dr. Esiama Jr. C4C Liver Specialist Hospital. Ene Ewiana ba maushia Ghana ni bia onyinya nanim. Doc, Ewiana ebono ushia Ghana ni bia nipa dunu. Emu be nwotwe de. Efiri be 11 e kondebunzo munyi no manim no. Aye bibi e honum na ajezo bia kra ni masiso. Enye ahokyere kesisa but ya Ewiana power yankasa. Ewiano power yankasa. We de ya na esi e pa ewia. Enti ehun se we de awia na broso ye nyina ya ka ani masiso enti sanete enti enne na mete se ewie mu nsachira abenfo no kase ya hweyi na ya ntutu enema yi a anhwe de ene enche nam kwafi obati wano no nsa no nenti ni wefu pow na ejise papa ya nesa donc me gini se ho ye de Yes. Adom, just that the countdown is on. Unim say Easter mebefi and table number 7 is reserved still. Anna, yensu yebe rapo up Ghana months no Nyame Adom echina. Enti mekai will say some of the dishes ni bia mepesi me hu fi kuri. Anna afi banfo bese. Anna ekwe so almost can ekwe meal ana me here empoto na fe no status me wie no na wape ayu amufufu na o de wrevre anase superku enkwan bi ata na chiama me se wantimi kra na yire ho a ope abenkwan na o de kwan susu ewo akire na afi o de amani bi wona enye bad sa o hwenso no wani aha Doc it Ghana man tin nkomo a na ye de ne bat ye nkwohwe apomuden if say enuane a o se ye di koyemu o se a contributory factor into the oil brother say lifestyle a contributory factor to some of the challenges we have in relation to our health kidney and exempted from it. Indeed, and pay sa refresh and rather baby adbc not to my complications chronic kidney disease.
Man, I say, I don't pay so. My father feel case so it's your loyal listeners in na yakoswada almost so ase. Senya Riley Wakano, your lifestyle, your dian, ni your my de coni pedianimo, in draw who dry a faconi pedianimo, and I record say, and on the cases of kidney no eba. The Sianica crowd who say a kidney no be our me no. Nanso rare cases bi wo hwa na o kidney na be ba ko nejuma na ye no doso esone ye moja no so ama eduane a ye di emu additives a wo mu nyina no emu chemicals ni o ma wo mu nyina no o yi free the pediane mu ebiom or regulate ye fluids volume tinsuo dodo e wo ye ni pediane mu kai se ye ni pediane ye wo interstitial fluid extracellular fluids we nyina wo tissues ni mu any kwan se be dawson nti 60% of insuo na woni pediano e be dawson a e de how be ba the kidney no na boa and regulate no e de my hormone bi o wa ye hia be boa your production of blood moja erythropoietin nti obi o kidney problem bi o kwa o se ya won ipo no ye erythropoietin. This is a special hormone boa yen ema yetimi produce more of the red blood cells. Kai say red blood cells are very good for your circulation. Oxygen will ma feedy and tin bibia and kidney no na boa yes ample vitamin D you betting converting it to the active form your kidney and yes my you see some of the things I had to call any pediatric my kidney in your problem no you know one some baby moi you smoky baby so moi yes so high blood cholesterol no so increase your chances you diabetes so increase chances. Empo what cardiovascular disease, just akumayari, hypertension, you know, increase your chances of kidney diseases. You see, also who said these are the risk factors, but some of the major signs and symptoms. They say, oh, John Sabo who said, oh, just only because of protein are leaking through body, no through the kidney. No, any kind of protein-free body, no, you see who say what that electrostatic repulsion force negatively charged proteins no and a negatively charged layers no barriers no preventive protein no free from coming out the body no say layers no repair there then you here say you be lose protein but you lose protein and extra say you have problem with the kidney moja so bad jones anymore a problem my e be so na your ho kind because of the dryness yeah dehydrated e bi so kra o ha na afa no eduane enya ne de biom ne numa to na afa so o jonso bebre jonso no so bi wo kra e ma ntina ma nsuo e gina ne peduane mu na ne na e tata na e fro no. These are some of the major signs and symptoms e di ho nkomo na mesrel so wo signs and symptoms we nyina na obu we ni go so se ne kan na bi wo ha na e present no to say malaria e bi ye no to say typhoid nti wa ha na wa wo hye ho to tondro no. So ebasa na complications eba. One major complication ubehu ya hwehwe mu hu ne say ye cardiovascular system no akoma no moja no na blood vessels no omani ye kidney ye juma 24/7. Enti say in fact kidney cases crack to make treat akumayare ba akumayare so to make treat kidney cases ba and I impo the problem with akumana nkasa no crack say be ejini pa nkwa efini so more than even the kidney causing hypertension no until your kidney to make hypertension ebreye the tell say there were the friend renin aldosterone angiotensin system so your moja na woni pediane mu no say your blood volume no kofom na ensure na woni pediane mu so kofom na my pressure no e ba from bebre ya yebetimi akokoma nti ni pediane yankopon aye no say your kidney e momodea na one liver enni nkomo na your liver produce some precursor angiotensinogen na onkenya ye kidney no na oma ensure kakra enjina ni pediane mu na oma nchine kakra so enjina ni pediane mu oma na bebi a enchine ko bia no ensure ko ho nti say ensure tena oni pediane kakra na ma pressure na basro na yesa wakokoma nti problem ni beto kidney na ontimi yesa adwuma we emmo akoma no na ama akoma no ye kese na the problem with intine so eba ebiom ososo to make if be anemia ne o ma ho bebre na so this particular one omoja no kofom bebre kai say your kidney ni hungry organ opemoja nti or say ono produce ni hormone ayebo di erythropoietin no Nti oya sha no na ma wo moja o blood level so koso. But na ho ade aba from ultimate produce sa hormone we bio. Into production of red blood cells so ko from into won say wa ho ade eba from na oye weak na afi no fatigue eba ibi kakra na wa bre. Yen so so a ye wo bone problems. Kidney problem to me kofa dompe mu yare edeba. In fact, it's in my dompe no cry brittle. There's a young member in the sense that it's prone to fracture. Bibi kakra pena dompe nebu. The kidney problems to me constitute osteoporosis edeba. So I say your kidney no neyi a free body no more. To see an who are the aba from no until me no into unya the FN uremic syndrome. Myself. Uremic syndrome say phosphorus if you and was a free body metnim. Potassium if you etnim. If Fibia away the ane a woody yemu and was a free body etna body name. Na amao mojano aya toxic. The cell mojano and only feed the adrenal, if feeding tino, if feed the organs nina, na mojana by acidic and now poison. Not just a life threatening. Your kidney, yare, young friendly agro. Apart from the able boswing, there was psychological implications. Because to me, the also freely, or energy level up from, or stress level, anxiety level, in fact, sometimes in major cases, if you to me seizures or trash it because of the kidney problem. It be so while your nerve damage, neuropathy set in. Your kidney in here for circulation. Into circulation a big problem. They are not intaining yamujaye, adrenaline yamujaye, other organs so yamujaye. So you stand a greater chance of having a total organ failure. Myself, yamma the answer your kidney. Ebi kura wa insure now also kidney you free body on timidity. Na a settle or body name. Tibo we say na e tata na e frono na afe afro ni pediane na e pa chaw. Ensure so be do so we nipeduane mu a emmoa organs no emmoa o spleen emmoa o liver emmoa o yefu na nkasa ntibo we say yefu na yekese na enim ni nyina ehunhu no because kidney timi enyife no ensanzo enyinsio no enfie wo nipeduane mu. Man, these are some of the major complications. Yeah, we treat a lot of gouty arthritis. Because gouty arthritis, man, they make say you deep proteins in the ania to say nama beans in your money milk your liver converting into uric acid, let's say the waste form. Into basically uric acid also your kidney also the barbonte. Kidney is not a problem. The uric acid into me na settle where your joint. The Uber say be mati through na ne kokromotino a bonus pa to send your own home a bonus pa home. Na esan so hyehyem nti ontimi nhye shoe dia na akwakwa ya slippers. These are some of the major things that itimi edeba yenipedua no mesre. You're very careful what the yenom what the you did through in no aye man we the aye here
in aye fa and the danger is that's the point. The danger is that especially holiday breaker for reflections and other relaxations, you can imagine the young guys, and the women quite actively involved in certain substances. The consumption does not inure to the benefit of the body. But I don't know. Yes, let's say. Yenim say ebre woman enwem mo ayehye yenim say woni da so ya san yenim say which is when you brabro so you are frustrated, you are blah 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 obia, but that restrain no, because in the midst of the frustrations and all those challenges and the storm na osa ekonya apomudie hu chimatwa that one sutrom you name oni those that we can avoid baby young boys, I don't know how they do it, a combination of certain they are happy. Want to do they are drinking. I don't know whether they are not scared about some of these things. Doc, I heard hit here. It's very important because obia mania sa obi. Okofa assembly bar. That is why we are each other's responsibility. Okofa assembly nya onkwa o maami bi, wiri bi, wofasi bi, odofu bi, o my Ghana in a way. The consequences, because Ghana, you end up that way. Very important, very, very important. Doc, me that's for drawing our attention by better C4C Liver Specialist Hospital for us. But the liver tone, liver tone,
Your man, Liverpool, there, a draw was so free of man India, C4C Diaba. Juma Yetitro, they say, Kenya or Brebuono, Kaisa or Brebuono or 500 function, and the kidney cry the home command on a Brebuono, I will track a cassia or Mudim Comma Bribia, and Brebuono, Chiefin, and what they are making. No, they are babon thing. And Kenya will live on my Oliver to me, Dini Juma ye, as you share near my was of shading. And anything I make come for C4C Liverpool, Amau. I dominate C4C were all over Ghana and to some extent some parts of Europe. Na a Liverpool there, OPBA, and yet then call a pharmacy beer, so C4C Liverpool, maybe. In case of what challenges getting it, myself, for number maybe 2J 24/7 of Friday by Joe. So apart from that, no, so your special promo around it as a free delivery or want to be I will be at the bebro free. I want to actually per head, no, so being a special discount myself. But more than a friend number in the place or order 050
050
00
00
40 331
331
50
00
00 40 328. Man, what I remember, C4C, Cape Coast, Green Hill, opposite Addison Square Garden, Aguna Odo Base, your branch, Cassia Power, Kumasi, your Wajiso Kwamujachi Junction, Nakra, your Adenta SDA Junction. Pacho, Bomadiana visiting in any of this branch. Na young Fanny Media, Kakra Yanko Pondia Mayano, and more now Pomedeno in sipping.
Dr. Siama Jr., what will be your recommendation? Breakfast, follow within which times? Ebinum here 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Ebinum here 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Ebinum here 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Ebinum here a year cra for the breakfast. Or pension and Kabi Boasia and as pension or Tamil Boasia or so. What will be your best time for breakfast?
Man, my recommendation is medical condition be at it through diabetes near advice. Sometimes my body nankasa my energy in the morning. Sometimes you can skip the breakfast through. Here's why I'm not particular to know it's not healthy. At least my body around 8 there is okay. My body use energy kakana the anena would deal no anajono energy kakrana my body no use so na embene kakran san wa top up. Mostly taking water in the morning is very, very good, especially say your room temperature water. Now new baby is very good for the body.
Okay, so what can we? That's it. What by that time by boundaries? That's it. But what can show one semi? And the infant say you are Korea or Soranopa. Na ensure blog ashemuma no born be 6 o'clock or see the chest or a bema a year.
Pacho Devi and your cry or they sebi ne blood vessels a diagro and a bet my the ding at the problem about
na a way she in between 1 to a year 300 year. Osha na kejua wafa a year botra blog ashemu say ma no training me or so the my body number from a year.
Senior, Pacho, Bomadiani guy, and your cry, and a safe body, and a saying, and more refreshment be in some few minutes, but apart from that, and maybe be my body, a safe body. No.
Na Nina Munusuno, na what's on a passe, now they watch it, and jollof. As and for a kind of taria, a Google Subibra Udi, said you are a yen, Anya watcher, any Kehuru and I willy, Nanya a year jollof, any talia, a dear some Subibria, a year dear a year.
Oh man, a Jimmy Okoya, here energy no. Until the kakra, especially what you say, say a balanced diet kakra. Ultimately, di kakra eboa ema day no activities no we very energetic now to me. But ne dodo no ene here. Say udi ne bebra e betimi ahya so ti bibia no in moderation and in balance.
Enti se nei meti ha na me ye hwehwe animu na coffee ana me de asi ha eye anobadu du zei.
Pacho de bi enya kra a major reason you have problems with stress, you have problems with brain, you have problems with your kidney, and your liver. Caffeine and opano is not healthy for us. Like I said, you hear our body natural energy to work and give you the day. And so I wait to me after the big cry, throughout the pass of the day. Timesel, caffeine and opa, and near my body.
It you could rat newsroom on the pay, not you one energy drinker, a dear another catch roll.
Pacho, Mesro say, and Kayensi Sanina and Fa and Coma Nira, Nayan Fancy. We don't need it. We need our natural strength. Insure is the best drink you can get. Insure will be beer, oxygen, open a womb, the open amount of energy in a womb. Insure is the best.
The crack, one or so, Eddie Kuben shoe are replacing you, the another catch roll.
Man, Kubencio one age ma a year. Nanso uhia ensure so don't replace it. But wait media account or a lot of electrolyte a boa with circulation until wait media account, but don't replace water with coconut water.
Na ensure any drinks are yedi go awiem eton eya de papa.
A man with their medase pa. A man shall say yedi ensure go bucket musifia. Some few days, no she is doing free marble with a munaya to trotro. That's what happens when there is a good area more. We change that kind of special chemical reaction. It may a building up war in Suonoma, and also to me increase typhoid. Any Arabia and said I'm fighting and share.
Well, na ne crack obia or chef fools, any mere me pam share the end of a year.
Oh man.
Yes, yeah.
That's your man.
Oh, Dr. Siama Jr. say, oh, my C4C liver specialist hospital, Obakasa for chronic liver disease. Miss Remo, Tintin talk, Titia talk, Yaku anymore, Brabunyano, na ye fagine. And Tina Tin, Debbie, a tintin or talk, Titia eto. The Bribia done is seen Konya, nay a fagine. Very important teacher and so. Now, and your
say old by
Miss your own just, you know. My coordinator and Cassia, Yama Joyce, 80 years. Okay, and when she shan't say, and
Shani, very simple.
Yeah,
venue, no. ICGC, Christ Temple East.
Okay. Yama Joyce. 80th birthday.
80th birthday.
Okay.
6 p.m.
Okay.
I just see you know
6 p.m.
Na your pon memo be ampre and call me say your pon ayana car and when you're doing idea your boss say available your pon pe. Na just say miami na ebeko adenta legon amasama puku ase ablekuma La Paz dansuman Mamprobi, Kutubabi, Kaneshi, Odoko, Kaswa, and Afigbai.
Nina, I'm only saying the court at the Ebeko.
Yeah, it be a pony.
My pawn,
not just say.
All right.
Yeah, I come here.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mama
80th birthday.
Joyce.
Rosalind.
Aye.
Yeah.
Project coordinator. Only Bishop Uswasa. My fan World Cup.
Wow, we
and I must say.
Square. Convict music.
Maybach music.
Ready, what it's a CCM 112. Oh, yeah. Ready, what it's a CCM 112. Oh, yeah. Adom 106.3 Adom FM. One tell you what, catch your manai. Adom FM. One tell you what, Adom FM.
FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Radio it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. Adom FM 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man. Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Radio it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. Adom FM 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man. Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM.
19 minutes after AS7, Dwaso Nsem Adom 106.3 FM. Menchia Yero Drew Safo.
Nana Odru Safo. Sibos Ru Consort. Nana Safo Odru.
Please be careful. What about no mammy?
But Nana Safo.
Please. What about no mammy? Nana Odru Safo or Nana Safo Odru?
Nana Safo Odru.
Mr. Also the correction, but whoa,
Nana Safo Odru.
Nana Safo Odru.
Yeah, me shut up.
Those things are irrelevant. Those things very irrelevant. So come here.
That's which is minimum.
Whether unim or unim.
Pricing
it has nothing to do with Edia Obo.
Okay.
Nana
Safo Nana Safo Odru. Sibos Ru Consort.
Those additions are irrelevant. I say what to them ad libs. There be
ad libs in the money there. Okay.
I was a baby than unim
Betraso. Manui Betraso.
The Bachoka. Now, the only assembly I can to
some man run a quick come.
One no you can. Okay. Only pay you did my baby than a Kayo.
Mate.
What tell you can fuck my promote?
You say me get cry. Oh, Randy.
Nana Odru Safo and Nana
Safo Odru. Nana Safo.
I didn't say what's that near my market.
Oh, and a bet shed a say name. No. To say me Eric Asiedu Bwedi and Eric Bwedi Asiedu different. And yep, Bako say name and a Bako
ye Kasa, as a Saudi.
Where I am me about what's son. And cat won't have me do a pot of me assign me.
Nana Odru Safo.
Nana Safo Odru.
Which now?
The Odru. Nana Safo Odru. Nana Safo Odru.
Or your wine.
Or no, and a neighbor executive council member. and ne ko piemu ewo the Ghana Football Association didn't quit and they kind of power could deal in Brekum Chelsea bribe Brekum Chelsea and nice so no didn't quit so ko TP Mazimbe could deal in quit power and then over piemu Ghana a division one team ya the party it ball body and net the cap ball mu said you nimbo nimu ball nasia untimi na nasa for drum fimo
na onimu say I know FA president
so support FA president you want to executive council member on the nim dear pano you don't need to be the president to help Ghana you can do it in your own way Dr. Mwako in your Kumasi all beautify the city the president doesn't need to go and paint
Mr. It doesn't change my question
okay
say say now F is
I don't need to be there
hold on Mr. I am not down
okay
men not done
but I can help in so many ways so my
already was so deal
oh my
me ti was you
oh my castle
o catch the penny to trust my penny no ka say train
Samuel Anini of Finland. I'll say you are making a day in joyous super. Yes. Meaning say you na all born
on no bet them a day how joyous it will be ana.
Oh no this all man a day no.
Please.
Also one man a day na joyous.
No bet chire. Say me day no I joyous you no day na joyous aba.
On can all day no say on no day na one man na joyous.
You no nasem. Nye me masem.
I know we mean boss we dem tell you. You're my. But see, one man a day na joyous.
On no day no. And so what is that affection of your one?
Why are they like you are doing well?
Oh, quite
well. One man a day na joyous by you know your talk, the music you are playing.
I oyos. Na dia na ekoso Ghana na sponsor
we dey aja we DJ adwuma yin tim dia ba say ya train research ya train na I want your honest opinion I want your makoma me opinion or asempa ne voice note to 3 minutes 20 seconds me sure say want to me ja but I want your honest opinion on this song
Odiaba
on say Grace the band of Black Stars and your money at there
Odiaba
undisputed
Odiaba
Odiaba yes Odiaba I want your and or pa hontoma for me and I want your honest opinion
Grace. Hey, Charlie. Na anka pese de na meka se adwuna ide.
O hade makase ne.
Na wo
hwe me honest opinion. Hey, ti kakra mane mo kakra do nya yi.
You are my tear full time.
Fire 2014 there now this year one
abruso
premature ejaculation now here.
All present.
All presented. You are presented. You are a lead presenter in Ghana. Oh, that be who say you are a lead presenter in Ghana. So you are part of all presenters. What me more bearding?
But so Odu Safuni.
What's said?
Safu Odu.
Aha. Fina onkasa.
Hey. Na songo we.
Songo ni.
Allah wallahi.
That be you are all presenters. What me more bearding?
Minia. Na say IGP ho.
Aye.
Moses Pakasho.
Yeah. Management committee for no bearding.
Randy Abi doctor.
Yeah.
Sami Jeffishi.
Yeah.
Uma hini kwabna santi we.
Kenya band.
All presenters.
Uma hini kwabna santi say mo go fire o Kenya band. Well man, honestly you are DJ who Bob Biana the other. Grace is my woman. Grace top.
Yeah,
but I feel she could have done better.
So teacher for there's more room for her.
Yeah, there's more room for her. No, knowing her and what's Nesano Chro a man black side more only peer.
Yeah.
Only peer.
Yeah.
She could have done better.
But when you
but it is a nyom tough for me. It is a lumbanyum, a baffle fra, as emfa, Nana yo, of Ramponsanium, as emfa, when the bounce not teacher enough for Necos, as I call the young. Sanity, ain't this is a good song, and they call World Cup. I made dear knowing her, now fire Nankasa or the Shehano, original fire Netia de. Even Bo, I mean, look at the baseline, how should they compare? But fire no her. I say, not black queens, or you be so bad black queens. Compare the black. I mean,
But say-
this woman has no only peer or your top 20. Many of who said maybe she rushed through this.
Most of them one.
I think.
Oh, Cobain
Already, turn up body India, Kakraba,
Debbie.
and while launching a camera, and then not power and outfitter.
Edim Bon and Jerry.
Fire, Tia, the tea.
I ain't here. Oh, time now is required. It's where you're born on Anodano.
They for the last one.
I said, Unia na muya, you know. Unia na muya. That's all you know. So, Unia now mu ya and Chesa Numuya.
Oh, that's a Numuya like one man thrown here now. No, that the song is very okay.
John Papa was one man.
So now see the Muya. I'm saying there being sir.
And what they are near walk and in this I want in a breast abbrewy. It don't tell us, sir.
The banner, yeah,
some food do. I want they are no.
Okay.
Yeah,
we need one group. Oh, still train now. Until so train now, my train now.
Well, Obrena a break into your bed, the MTN phone.
You not now, Pam me.
Fanaka Sanaso.
Okay, oh dear, MTN for the Masians. Now, Pam me.
No, for bed trade.
Okay, who say, World Cup,
yeah.
FIFA. I say, opposite the command in the effect.
Okay.
Now, by the USA for the woman say $15,000. So, fi Senegal, Cape Verde, Ivory Coast, Tunisia, now bar. We are fana. There is a deposit you have to make, and a better own kakrum or bakrum. $15,000. You go fan way. Oko support the board. Okay, United States propose a policy that would require funds from Senegal, Cape Verde, Ivory Coast, and Tunisia to pay $15,000 deposit. But you deposit only $2. As I know, we like him.
What dance should be any omission?
No, a bomb person, Magana, Crania, I'm just hoping so. Nadia, it's a one samana. Now, yeah, can I now reports from camp, or my camp BB Ghana is ready for Austria. Yes, and then of course there's no injury. All the players who came, I think they've had 2, 3, 4 days, and the 4th day on bit my training now. Young second biason to what woman see another. Then second biaso or possibility of it my World Cup. This is the chance. You have to show it now. The World Cup scored no enche by May 31. Chutado at any minute scored. You know. Na has to wait me up at any bia. Yes, I'll be Jija. Now, Grisashi to me or Bob Bless the video. Yeah. Or Bo Babaraman winning. Now, Jina Babaraman is on count. Oh, Bonnie on you, Babaraman. But he's one of our best players abroad. Babaraman, this season is having a wonderful season.
Are you Pilimbra? They die you. Nobody had a seminar.
Hey, no man's so how they go for you.
Those were seminar. Hey, boy, the Ghana to 2 above I'll be seen there.
Hey, the Africa Senior Athletics Championship on my NY launch here. Ghana and they hosted from the 12th of May to the 17th of May. Now, Ebabaswad University of Ghana Stadium. Just out to say yes, at Africa. At least I tell baby. I know by a Ghana Jinemu, other African countries to bridge. And honorable Kofi Adams, the coach Nemo, a launchy Biaman Echo ye. Najmadi Nasan or then Samo to Gase, Neniabre, or her second, we bit my storage and Naswakapana. Ye, and let's credit remember Kuimun at me, Aquaco Buana, that's that you made us a hold of the Timiajibi.
African Senior Athletic Championship Accra 2026. From the moment Ghana was given the opportunity to host this championship, we have approached it with a clear sense of responsibility. We have engaged closely with the Confederation of African Athletics and worked through the local organizing committee to ensure that the foundations are properly laid. On behalf of the government of Ghana, I want to assure you that we are fully committed to delivering a successful championship. This commitment, ladies and gentlemen, is supported at the highest level and under the leadership of His Excellency Leadership, John Dramani Mahama, there is a clear understanding that every sport, and I mean every sport, must be given the space to grow and thrive. And every sport will be given the space to grow and thrive. And it is to this that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama saw to it that in less than 1 year in office, we work through to make sure that the Ghana Sports Fund has been established.
Right, so Africa Senior Ladies Championship launch and I say now Honorable Sports Minister Dwaso Nsem on my make call na sending so mama say the government train under Ora Asiama Honorable as a Kwame Asiama or yes or youth resource centers across Ghana. Yep. Yes stadium hold on there. My host summer air banners Honorable George Opariado. Honorable Bano Ghana Minister for Youth Development. My was the Public Accounts Committee there. Now, or the Aqua to just say it is sad. So there's no funding for facilities. Inti the Akanguremu Beka. They say across the various regions. Akanguremu. And Nisika de Bayentina. The Yenye pitch in a Beka. Yenye in Kunya on a Beka. Yenye the Akan Annual Sinisi was a Beka. Into those resource centers, naka. Into more private individuals, maybe or be a message from company. Well, company wants to, I saw a certain standard of stadia. What do you call? What do you call? So yeah, certain standard of stadia. It may be such stadia. Maybe you have called the big crowd. Top pro ano. Echo share we Rebecca. What do you call? Rebecca ama a young granning coatre at the trenchy. Some weight, yeah, best. The big Sansem on mine, immediately. And the World Cup playoff games are hold on so. Okay. Ebebasso, immediately, and no one some oh, yeah, they are not bad. They are not bad. The time on both friendly, and I'm a boy. Oh, I think you're both pain. 2007 more you're both pain. Yeah, they are bad. After Australia, if I never ball. Germany. I'm going to share 6-1 selling for and some days. Oh, that being kind of center, you know. There's a 2-2. World Cup, no more, you know. We were the only country, you know, 2-2. Almost shall be an World Cup. It's bad. It's only 4 times Africa champion. To me, you just 4 stars there. Wow. First also. And one bank Hawaii. But MTN is even on American for the amount of party. MTN fucking one of pena. You didn't summon at the air by. Yeah. I'm from na etwa so na Sunny I didn't air kakakoidia. And ne we at the Shemia. I don't for party. I the Saturday yeah. Brabby the fire. Ebram Yenidi. And Ochina. Bukum. The best of the best. Damn it, you head to your best power. Bukum boxing arena. It was not free. When you see a Jiska who party near free, or China free. It's a damn grand finale, no, or Bukum boxing arena. I know bad thing. Well, you may be John, somebody toa, Monica, somebody toa. Oh, Shedeba. But that's it. Nankasa, and I'm just so. That's God, Lord of Will. Na I, Macharita mine, no Sarada. Slim Buster. Parkwest is kind of a director of communications, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and a spokesperson for NIMUS. Parkwest, I promise to say.
Well,
Onyamiadom Boko. So maybe an update of so far a year NIMUS any Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources Wanamuntu Amutu in combating illegal mining and miners. Akusi say.
Medical Atia, all our listeners connecting with us all across the globe. And Rana NIMUS for editors forum and quarterly press briefing, because once from January to March this is 3 months basically, and then the first quarter and I share all journalists from basically all media houses across the country to tell them the things we have been doing from the period January to March. Now in that conversation, the key highlights say NIMUS first of all is not overwhelmed with the fight against illegal mining. Because NIMUS is not overwhelmed. What I mean is won't say yate amount for be brave saying well to see there as a albino Abayan cannot fight illegal mining again and this and this and that and all of that. Yesterday the fair strong message that the NIMUS director of operations can obwa all the two say ebano the fight against illegal mining, NIMOS is still very active. Now, in being active, no, so and I'll just touch on some of them. For example, he revealed, say, we have arrested well over 270 suspected illegal miners. That is from January to March. But earlier in the day, I think Adam it to be somewhere around 1,800, 1,900. Now, about the prosecution, so there were questions around prosecution. Say, now, more operations, now more suspected illegal miners. Now, what happens next? When you more courts, and now the thing is, prosecution there, it is with the Attorney General. And see, when NIMOS is done with the arrest, then the dockets and all the case files are prepared. Now, about the prosecution itself, now Cabinet has also approved, say, you see tribunals for the illegal mining prosecutions, because it could be the normal court lane as well. We say court there sometimes. Ghana, your legal system, no. The process is no a delay and the cabinet approval say specialized tribunals they'll be handling the illegal mining cases. So the arrests have been made, operations are ongoing, and finally at the end of this month, no. In fact, we can put the Yasha said that the nationwide permanent deployment, because among for break, I say, oh, now was there operations to touch and go, and yet permanent. But the sector minister, Rama Kofi Boakan, somewhere, I think in October last year, no. Now I'll say we have to do permanent deployment, declaring all the rivers as security zones. Into Ebenya soldier force stationed there. I can say it plainly, like say watchmen at all the flashpoints. Arrangements, no, by the end of this quarter no crampo, by the end of this month, that deployment will be fully done. In fact, it has already started. Oko areas or districts, which is Nkrofo, Elembele, Mansour Dubia, and some other places it is already fully in place. And see, this is just maybe by way of summary from yesterday's NIMOS editors forum. In Bibia Koso, and progressively, now the Ghanaians will not be happy with the results now. That one we understand. It is a lot, but there is the commitment. And see, fine.
Well, that's where the challenge is, because this is the kind of conversations we've been having from the days of John Mahama, His Excellency 1, through to Nanado, and now John Mahama, His Excellency 2. And the president did well by admitting that he's not going to pretend that members of his own party, a part of wanna practice this illegality at more fighting. Clearly, there is a challenge, because Pakwasi, if you follow, and you've been following it, which I know you have been, the route of how we have been trying to combat this illegality, it is the same old story that we are singing. Arrest, detention, so we don't know the end product, party people involved, arrest, detention, kiki. That's it. We don't do what happens because it's worrying. And if you have NIMOS now saying that they lack the requisite things or tools to make them effective and efficient, that is the number one challenge. Galamsey fight. We need logistical and financial support. So without this and other important things, how has been this fight say that effective? I think that we should be clear that it's a challenge. Now it's a challenge. Because me no kase see me am I'll send you pictures. Enra. Sisi me no kase nyase bi enra does enra dan am funyi ne buy. And me no kase sisi ya me no kase elembele sisi me no kase. It's on. I am wondering the kind of fight and the results that we're all looking for. Is it that over years, all that we want to do to ourselves, because we were here, and then we said that Eastern region, some years, there's nothing happening. Every blessed day, the seat of our president former, Eastern region, we're overwhelmed. You should admit that we're overwhelmed with what is going on there. Western region. If you go to Dominacy right now, this morning, just this morning, Dominacy. Go to Dominacy right now. The whole street, who say illegal miners and right now, right now, Dominacy. So what are we fighting? And how are we fighting it? And the fighter is telling us that he lacks basics to ensure efficiency and effectiveness. So what have we been fighting and how are we fighting it? Arrest, detain, and that's it?
And see, the concerns you've shared, they are very genuine. In fact, when was it? And Thursday, Tuesday. I now make a sour conference. Now I was saying, the Galamsey fights, no. The dynamics now. Senior Omampeni Ura John Dramani Mahama explained even last week. Now, the dynamics. The woman said, or can say sometimes. I mean, even when Party A leaves office and then Party B comes, microphone more Party A, no, they even transfer their access to Party B. I call it say baton B. It is everybody in the political ecosystem. Now, if you look at that situation generally and all the complications, now I think we have come to a point where we should take away the politics. ABR previously maybe everybody didn't do well. Maybe all of us were a bit political about it here and there. Fair enough. But we have come to a point where we should depoliticize it because we will not make any progress whatsoever. This accountant who may say okay, we'll call Dominance, we'll call Elembele and all of. If you go to certain places, in fact, we have reports of some of other activities in some of those places. If you go to some of those places now, the people involved, and me, I've always been saying, and yeah, NPP and NDC. Sometimes, and they come together. Sometimes, in fact, in most of the places, so it is because of that combined political interest. If you have to deal with it, then the people, the political people involved have to be the ones to sit down. No one can say, okay, are way and yeah, I buy the room for responsible cooperative mining and skills development program. Let's follow that one, and then let's just stop the illegal mining. It has to come to a point where it should prick our national conscience. Say, look, illegal mining, no, higher. Let's all stop. Because if we are going to just do the regular politics, we called it, by the end of maybe some decade or whatever, what we would have would definitely be a problem. And see, that is our first call. And the NIMOS director of operations, he decided the question, he said, on what Galamsey fields now, how many NDC people does he see on the Galamsey? And he gave a very spot on answer. Say, the focus is on illegal miners, whether you are NDC, NPP, CPP, whatever the party is. Your actions affecting our water bodies, that is his focus. And so I think we have to come to that point. On the logistics, so Abai a huge commitment in the 2026 budget. There is an allocation of, if my memory serves me right, bare 150 million Ghana cedis for NIMOS's operations. Now, I want to say this, Sebio, even though it is enough, or it is good, you see, government, and so Abai has other commitments, roads, schools, salaries, infrastructure, and all of that. So even though Omampini and the sector minister are concerned, Sebi, they cannot pump all of the country's money into just the fight because there are other things to be attended to. And see, we have also come to a point where private sector support is very important. Now, about the private sector support, Mami uses this opportunity to comment Newmont Ghana. In February, that is when the minister went to do the commissioning. In February, Newmont alone helped in reclaiming, if I remember, 820 hectares of land. If you go there to see, all the pits have been sealed. Everything is perfect. In fact, they've almost started plantation, growing of rubber plantation and everything to help that land, regain its fertility. Newmont Ghana, they took care of that. And see, if all the private, entities will come and say, look, let us support, because at the end of the day, it affects OBR. In fact, because of that, so there is also the conversation that way. It has not been decided by government now. Say, look, if government is spending concerning the reclamation, if government is spending so much for reclamation, then ABR we may come to a point where if government is able to source some monies or some funds to do reclamation, if it is done, land, it goes back to government. Because if you are in the community, community in Penny4, chiefs, OBR, opinion leaders, you sit down, assemblyman, DC, all of you sit down for Galamsey to happen. If government is able to get some money, no more be a reclamation. And yes, as I said, I was saying because you didn't take care of it well. So that conversation, it is happening. There is also the conversation about polluter pays it all. But I don't know, you have to get the kingpin. Say, the places they have destroyed, you commit them to, restoring. All of these things are happening. But I'm saying, in conclusion, say, if we are having all of these policy conversations and injection of capital and we don't get up one day to say that, look, we are going to kill the politics. I'm being very honest. The way the politics being, I'm being very honest. Though I'm the spokesperson and all of that, I'm being very honest. If we don't take away the politics, this fight is going nowhere. So maybe I can use the opportunity to say, look, from today, let's look at it. One was saying I treaty covered. No, was covered by Yes, at some points there were political undertones here and there, but generally, one would say everybody rallied. I remember the former president, then the president, how everybody, all of us dealt with COVID as a country. That is how we must deal with illegal mining as well.
But Pakwesi, I deal with the essay, Yenina Yakomu Pao, and Yajumaketo because of instance, so no, Yadiani, you name it, Timia Bray as of my. How fast are we making sure that we regulate the front of these illegalities at almost every site? That will help us say, when it's my proper mining in water because in Yadum be giant no more giant etchina. Say, Sisia Menoka says, all when it's in Suaprima, Usino Honumna. A complete, you can't believe it. So that's the challenge. So, how soon Anna abandon Shishego Akwamo with me I regulate most of these areas among my operational in the light of legalities? How soon can we do that?
Issue, what was it? And then I said the responsible cooperative mining and skills development program, RCOMSEP. I don't want to remind listeners of the pain, but unfortunately, it was the launch of that program, and we had that incident in August last year. May the souls of our brethren rest in peace. In that program, it has been running right now as I speak to you. Currently, as I speak to you, the national coordinator of the program and executives or officials from Mincom, they are going to all the mining districts because you will say if you leave the miners to be on their own, they won't come. They register for the cooperatives to regularize their operations. Because they are thinking of profit. They are thinking of, right now. Let's see, if Mohammed does not go to the mountains would come. So we are going to them. And see, there is a special team that has been deployed across all the various districts, up and down, just to of course, Mincom is the regulator, so the RCOMS does the mobilization, the illegal miners, sets them up into cooperatives. Then Mincom will do, because at least that one, in himself, mining it cannot stop. That one is not going to stop. But first of all, you are able to regularize them. Then secondly, also after the regularization, you are able to control them and then teach them how to do mining, properly. It's currently ongoing. We are hoping, the minister has given a target, by the end of the first half of the year, at least we should have over maybe 100 cooperatives set up. 100 cooperatives. Yes, I will. It's just a matter of time.
Well, I know some more extended hands for private individuals and companies to come to the aid of NIMOS. The Americans say Pakwesi, we are solidly behind, but Ukraine, this fight of illegal mining, it's really becoming a big challenge for all of us. Timedasi, and I wish you and your team well, because assurance say those are more a two issue mono. Monya careful, na mo fan easy sir. Me domasi for that warning and cautioning is important. You are practicing an illegality, but what's amo say the obesha mo etima ye onyo me yini ba ubi prana na ubi kuno. Yeah, that's very dangerous. I'm sure say almost ombeko prepared very this time round. And so the assurance again is that the permanent reserves, military bebaso, and I shall say baso.
Yes, but by the end of this month, but by the end of this month, finally going into first week of April, there it will be at all the flashpoints. What was say? It can't be everywhere, because of strategy and also some resource constraints. But we are doing it gradually, focusing on the illegal mining in Galamsey, more popular. And see, we are on that one. Okay. Very much on it.
Well, Medasi P. Parkos is kind of a director of communications, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and a spokesperson for NIMOS, Anna Odiwe Ediatuja. Yaka said, "Ya Hinatna, 56 after 7, ma main kai adofo near T4 near 4, se yera CU Smart Up Company Limited and a KF Trust Point Company Limited yera Kefusu yaka say the eradiato safreni mami nyami aduma na watchi yanka say we ana the late Oba Penyin Elizabeth ya tiwa yekope eye ne krabi nti ukuada no ehyasie toaso kopim eye ne kwasiada na ewufusom ne nasie som nyina no yebeka ni wo Divine Yard Baptist Church Pankrono Estate F line Kumasi the Thanksgiving service in there at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. na fe memendana nkasa na yetna sne de ehwa DA School Park ofa Tafu Mampong Quantimpona 11 to 6 p.m. Ti Mekado for say Yankotai the CU Smart Up Limited any KF Trust Point Company Limited era K Fosu Yankotai Nechi na ye Onko Kata ne mame Oba Penny Elizabeth Yatiwa echi. Namaka was say I seen Fosu this weekend Mofan Chemina Adofo Maminum ego from Asin for so this weekend. Ye be kwakotai ye nuaba Linda so echi this weekend. Ewo Asin for so ye nuaba Juan Abna Sechi, Senior Clerk, Office of Parliament. Juan Abna Sechi, Senior Clerk, Office of Parliament. Ye kase ono so ne papa the late Era Clement Kofi Akomia Sechi and so at that form Asin for so this weekend Era Paul J Get Fund Penyipano Nasi and at that for me no kani Joan Abna Sechi Senior Clerk Office of Parliament Yenkona Yenkota. Well, ebekwa mana so Davis and Poku nimnyamfo dodona friend OPK okonem peswa so anase onni dinkita ho Edia nipa dodora de nim no empriso emrashebedwani Vice Chair Public Accounts Committee Yera Davis Ansa opoku nimnyamfo match na ho ye de
Cover Major so mania na you announcement before say o friend me na o ma be machine ya just I me say na ochi me host on weekend me host on me be ako like I joined there with you
joined there no yeah I see na machine be jom to say
oh for me be aboko leja so what we do amanyo semia ne host assembly public accounts committee and my idea to make the share so very sure them say get the but it's assembly.
Yeah, I'm seeing say a dom kasiye no brand kita die e koso no me the majority in parliament or more a PAs no they who yan say mo free almost say weapana wabana or wepo omo in line na or chere say omo nyina emeje omo njebre MP emfanko reasons assigned e dey na man ba sa.
Well, I'm there 3 days ago na commercial bedroom. I'm there na NDC for no on do na enso nya it be government business. Eti my
NDC for no mum.
NDC for no 189. MIA raising issues of Quorum. Na I'm say ebubom So they took a decision, say, any committee works beyond Koso. You know, they share a junior diational. Now, on person or month for no, and I bet committee in the Mona are affected chamber business. There be something who say now, Peter 189 members of parliament as we speak. Public Accounts Committee, your strength in about 24. 6 of the members near MPP, and at the Omakano NDC. Now, we 18 free 189 if you still want to form Quorum, you still can form Quorum. In fact, NDC for the bit now run 24-hour economy or parliament. First by the pub, second by the they will still survive it. I wonder why a public interest case to say Ministry of Finance, I say the Tajela, so on concurrence if you move about some payments there. About the two guys said there's duplication, rejection, and never be here. Ministry Auditor General and Finance. Parliament, I should say, I might 2 weeks and trust and pension move to many. The majority in Parliament, can use the whip system to stop such a process. I don't think it's proper, especially when in Parliament, that two penny for Kukudam. Say, some form director, one more where retirement and maybe our museum or trying to be or appreciate the piano. The Nipas are made to trans now because of your inability to mobilize the numbers in Intino to Western PD, the progress and the citizens of the public account committee.
But European Generic comes from an HTC but what's the area that Fiamakpa? What you say, sir, decision will almost take due to heavy parliamentary workload affected one attendance in the chamber. And is this not a good enough reason?
Parliamentary work is the chamber business.
Well, my son raised you be brought now. I'm say Wahomano in who is Carol Timinka. Let's try and get in touch with the honorable member again. The line keeps breaking. I mean, my channel. No what is saying. Whilst we wait for.
Oman and your Maya Boko, Yoguswan in a Muya of Wadden, Kekani. You say, Mashasia Prayer Street in Mu. Mashasia Prayer because.
And they will zoom line.
Oh, Amana, your boy said, I ain't been zoom
in and,
sanitation.
Yeah, Connie and Trail Commodus and some back. Era Opik Patrioti and Cassie.
All right, let me say, one of the serious business we do in Parliament is the parliamentary work.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if Parliament is doing its work, it's part of the business that was here. So that's it. And yes, it's time bound. If one other transit can say, in fact, Auditor General can acquire an audit report you're able to get an EU. A Ministry of Finance shares here inquires are reporting. And that put a debate to the Parliament because a Brussels be near a procurement breaches be apostle. Now Parliament see and put transit and essential for in about transit. And Pedifua or more whom say moving about transit. Now one more transit. Also, there's heavy parliamentary business. I mean, you don't need 276 members of parliament in the chamber to be able to administer heavy parliamentary business. What you need is quorum. And the NDC in parliament have formed quorum with or without the MPP. So what are they talking about?
Okay, so Janasona Deputy Majority Chief Whip, Richard Echampo, Atiye Merifi, Honorable Mache. Na oho.
No, it's not me.
Where do your friend Achi, I dear 1 minute can be yet about it, but Achi to the Metroso. Na a honorable Daruma, at the end of Bemadom Kumano in times here say a Mwankasa, Mwabai, Moswafwa Bedi, such irrelevant document about to PAC monim. Now you choose to let your people walk out of it and get into the chamber to work and suggest the time that you are comfortable with after adjourning the whole process. No, the time that you think will suit a now. What really happened?
When I'm not share with you, I make sure many and I'm sorry. All I listen. Oh, it's a Juma, we act in good faith. And I will hear a Mercedes journey, we name the rudiment of the house. 80 Mama Juma, committees. Yes, you funeral no, time my better. We have only tomorrow to rise. I shall to call me at 2 p.m. But you may be below your bill to be a person passing. The same from 10 o'clock. Committee meetings, bit must start there from 8, M 10, number pound, and after adjournment. An apartment, a Jumano, we hear be a so be a better chamber. Because every day other people no far now share committees do a tenancy in a evening. It is only members attend upon a committee's work. Jumabo man dear. A day in a minority no. Every now and then we raise issue about Quorum. We are on some 189, Monko Famonko from and they try to embarrass the government and we in leadership. And no, she committees there 5 in Asia, Public Interest Committee in Asia, Foreign Affairs Committee, another committee. So Habib, I'm pushing them and they really Quorum. Because of that, you may say an intimate and he has journey house or no. When you say best, I said you might 10 o'clock. Now, my for 50 meeting, I also started the same time. Dear Yakoponi said the ranking member, no, and I saw a chair proceedings, no. Only ho, now, my nominated another member said them on the chair proceedings, no. Now, I buy one of those, I see a passage. Yeah, I was a channel. Most of the coffee cram with my committee, Jumano. It is a more crime by members committee, no, members in a dozen 70-30. But I members in every chamber also more attending upon committee work. Now, much had done Mohammed chamber also read school, and this is for no major and decide I am poor Juma. And okay, can you eat your cake and so have it?
And you
say no, I'm a call, no, Mancasa, Ubiahu. My no is be a many members and I invite them say, young coaching by Nenko strategy because never say passive vote for money a office bill. No. And yesterday they were able to pass it. But the chairperson, no, I don't know upon a so presided no by chamber or before because I'm madam for many about apartment the same time, to 2 can be brave. But so your banking on, I decided to let it go. Be the basic for Rock and Kenya. Though you can't carry yourself this way, no my jail so about me nearby more. Until Michelle come, the baby I said, no, my brother said, we are them out the way and no. But the way she went about it, I was so mad. Many a year, Mr. Me engaged, because I said, and yeah, a creative problem. No, one leadership may create the same problem. One time, I said, some members and committee. Now, I be just for what we and must send this for major man. Me na say can you just judge it yourself.
So, more dwene no. Na mujidi say flow adwuma de enkoso because committee adwuma de even after break no still they can continue the job.
Committee need the parliament shut that empon adwuma. But session the crucial session no. Say the house is against any deal. But committees in the trip program Juma, Meno can say next month be to connect for Washington IMF World Bank program. As soon as recess, Easter break, committees be brave, maybe a ranking member for budget committee. And no new meeting 11 o'clock. Many go quiet and chairperson can say, they are also for many in your home. Temestro, ya suspend adwuma na be no no so ya invite o ma wi into the kai na mo kana am fine meeting na so bit my members na the mo and the reason with me say am we nyina into ya call off meeting no yeah agenda a house na we'll schedule another date and then meet with those agencies. Ajuma mo ye dey mama more than 3 weeks to complete the work. And yes and no anon kwa na semu yemu adwuma. Yeah, there isn't any problem. Say nipa pen cry na wo for ho na ye for adwuma na mo so yemu committee adwuma. Na mo amon crofo no me raise issue about Quorum. Think asem ne ho. And the issue about Quorum na constitutional matter. O pe ko to article 102 na speaker ni hwe after 10 minutes no so agenda house no na ba sisa me nkrofo say ayomom na wo committee me adwuma na wo kura say twa wa baka jam say NDC for me adwuma enti ye nya aban adwuma anakure
I see.
You can't choose and pick. Until let's be fair to each other. Let's act in good faith. Ye nimse committees therefore adwuma members no a minimum of 19 members no committee be also. It is a committee to the couple a juma. Multiple 19 by 3. ASA. And now they see no and deliberate and then yes a report they have ample time to work. But on behavior, person will go about any master no will not also sit down for the minority 87 minority members and to disgrace us. And no couple now actually be sorry cry free chamber no. Minority leader, what is who follow proceedings, you don't have the numbers, look at your back. And you can't continue listening to all these theatres.
So are you saying that? But are you saying that committee work best suffer because of minority leader and Pendudo or Kaimo say, Monshamo numbers, you don't have your numbers. We are here. We are ready to debate. Where are your people? You don't have them. And committee work is going to suffer because of that?
Committee work will never suffer. The committee will ample time to work. But with the chamber work, we have a limited time. You see, whether we like it or not, into our boss, when Timman pass, and Timman mature, everything goes where we are. And say, yes, committee work never suffer. Government business, non-person suffer. They have an intention. We could go farm, quiet demonstration by an arm and on person they be frustrated the work on the floor. The committee work and the committee know all the days to work. But primary work cannot be on the best offer. Because no you're time bound. You say realization. You may be anywhere. You rise with my chamber why committee work and also dear with me to quack a baby a cotton baby the Ghana house with my ACOSO committee work, you buy all the report about. It is the one government work to suffer.
Well, I don't like that mindset now. What they can't teach at 2 teams this year, but
I'm a Parliament 13 years.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. But they may be no. And the question is, but they may say, I don't know. Mundi demo home common avoid such spectacle. It doesn't speak well for all of us. Because if the minority striker say more call a shot in terms of government business, no, you are reluctant to call the shots there. And they say, also so about there be Buapayo, or Mashada, person go about Masi, Kosi, and he said which is which, because he called Ojina Quentia, and I want to couldn't soon with if you are banner for Ebekaze in Shun One. Which one is which now?
Many say, simple blaming to me can if you do so. But the person or tears and answer even if you were chamber home, say Quacoya Jumano. You cock concrete, Equisham Mr. Speaker. A prioritize a Juma Baye. You dear Hunkomo. We are colleagues, classmates, and friends. Ubian who are or Ubian a town for. Am I to make catch and say Seramo? Committees a year Juma. When a consult, you could do a mamma for Quorum Assembly. Ebi amusi epe minister we so meka asem esi minister na yafre minister ne ba o ha be church atenum uni obedu ho no na nkoma na sesa ofro ho someone want to speak to the gallery mitimi kan asem nyina so we say nyem korasa na ya agree on something na ikodu no bi sesa na adwen ni nyina ne say eno achi omo peso move motion omo anya kwa move sa motion no Inti yemfa bufu say abanjuma asem ne nyina no so person me kan maka kiro.
Honorable Opiki. Inti mo no mudi mirika ba bonten se ye bomu say mum na mo di dwiri mu no.
Me leader can more rem in the sense you see you really issues of quorum, of course. I mean, you can't conduct business without the proper numbers in Parliament. I mean, it's a pure constitutional matter. I said, then this government can decide, and then this side in Parliament can decide to operate a 24-hour economy. They can still do business. It's I'm surprised as a whip, no. Its focus is on deliberately crippling committee meetings and saying committee meetings. I mean, it's like today it is what the executive has to bring, that should be the priority for Parliament. That is not the priority. Our foremost duty as members of Parliament is to have oversight responsibility over what the executive does.
But say Omunjani away from that responsibility. Hold on. Omunjani away from that responsibility. What they are saying is yending komo kukum ema nyina anti ase nye adwuma. Na wo no yedi kukum komo wi no obaya no asa be kase foforo ana wadan suban foforo de. Ene say o de seka na wo machi. Ana obegina mani mu kaze moja na etum ni free fa. Wanso no why?
Well, Memini conclave obi because I'm not a leader in Parliament. But my focus as Vice Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee is to deliver our mandate diligently. I mean, this is a matter that has generated public interest, so I say. And I think everybody must be interested. I mean, in the last Parliament, it was 133, 137. There were instances where there was a gentleman agreement where some members of the minority and some members of the majority will stay behind and do public accounts committee business because it's a very delicate and interesting committee the Ghanaian people always follow. As I said, you see, Ubia Kodisha and Sikebia because you have failed to whip your members to the Parliament, that committee, that one is a decision of the NDC. They have the numbers. None of one got to about more members. But if they have decided that some of the members should sit at home and they should come to the chamber to do a year. And
but you're Richard Champo. More Casa members say, oh, mother, though.
What we say, politics, they do need to get action. Into winning dynamics, it be a ministers of state. Menoka, so when say president will attend a UN program. Members of Parliament, this on some committees, commanding the core. Foreign Affairs Minister and Deputy, Omuna Edineti. A BMO, a Minister Speaker, to coin on different assignments. To put all together, no, members say to coin no more other work, and maybe saying a year, a being chapel and all that. Fine. Yeah, we 189. And to Kobia, no bit me if you say, I should quite a seat to cry anywhere. I saw when you be 139. I'm on by Jumamo. A dinner, a scene where I come on person better. Many committee, I'm a ranking member, no. You be funny past 15 every so say a committee meeting. They may withdraw more and cause a meeting, no. Most of another 15 our public accounts committee. Nimeno can a 30. Another committee, so public interest, almost we share another 15 so air call. Na check Quorum, and this is from kind of formal Quorum meboa. Parliament 276. Baba who say any started Panama members in our sorry for Hoko, like any patre. Can of crack cameras air shamo. And for air shamo. It's why na bro.
Say also your one bro. Wona say o me di abai hon komo. What would the excuse but say your name man penny, a binimum man penny to coin, a binimum speaker to coin, a binimum.
You might discard but here. Also, the other one I will say, men met because the person go by the massive difference. No.
Na betra
no a bill on the baby by European Bank next no person no pay finance committee kwa kushia ho so mo di sika besen fa kwa kwan ko tunsuo anasen ko si ayaresabia enye Ghana fo nya na be benefit and no value for money ya pass ye Public Accounts Committee o madwuma ne sen infractions auditor general be identify our public institution no and no interrogate only a post-mortem meboa but ye di kan dem rabi aba say ye ma okropon kwa ebone ni po na be post-mortem no sam na no tin no mani abre a me di members ne kwa ekopa say ye no be wa de ni si wie mu nyina mo kan bi etim Public Accounts Committee share ya ye go mani ma so nyina na ekosi say then na only can solve problem from the root cause but on the day no nya kwampo nwie sika no because your Public Financial Management Act but insufficient. The way bas another layer. Answer about what the contract is and so we go through this process. The finance minister now will issue a authorization for payment. We have a view of all these matters. When you end this in NPP, it's a more way so bad as a second layer to help us reduce the workload of the Public Account Committee. I have a vice chair also no. It's quite a very important bill as saying United, it can be supported. But the any importance once upon America. Say I think in good faith. And then say Public Accounts Committee Asia, Budget Committee Asia, Public Interest Committee Asia, members and us no woman in our dynamo meeting. I yet then a minority in Sabeka say you hear numbers. The committees now you know. A do what me 4 and answer 5. And this is 15. And the numbers and the dogs which are numbers no. Because of the way I about to recall, you know. It is 3 or 4 committees, HSC, Okamboma, and this is for also committees no equal 70. Now we are 70 no map a chamber. Also no way invite to a meeting. A budget committee is chaired by minority. Public Accounts Committee is chaired by minority. And yet, this is when the chairs are committees, no. It is a morning jumpers or more here. The sound call for who we are. Now, you man are for no, then leadership and so far say to a human uncle, so kind of cray. We are the way to mine.
I see. So, what's the way forward? The
way forward, and they say, yeah, better as a channel. If each channel could be no. On meeting then your meetings. Say ne omujitum say agencies no my invite to no beba. Na bia omu entimi ensure mu during the weekend. Na omu me raise quorum e for there. E ba members no makoye adwuma. Enti mane ma assurance no na Ghana fo nyina nte say enne de ye ma leaders no raise quorum because quorum no and just members no am adwuma omu aba adwuma no omu ye committee work. It's less act in good faith.
So committees are for the speaker, is that correct?
Speaker and a certain committee, because selection committee on the chair, internal report, a speaker's committee, but speaker no, you're member of those committees.
But speaker say committee, and yet you may be na most mobile because there be yes floor of parliament, and then maybe cause one I did say, yeah, a more boy area, I did a intimate moment by floor near Ninkoma. So which is which? Why are we?
The speaker doesn't control the host. On your member of parliament or a presiding officer, we are there to do government business. The speaker and the members are more better presiding.
The committee
is not one of us.
So the committee sends them debate me arrested later on at Dwaso.
Some the committee, but generally work and the a channel arise here. Ultimately could be a chamber. Ya local numpo. Ultimately could cast more bill and I'm more state to make a kind. Yep, rise and I upon. In the whole restricted area. Committee no so be ultimate control committee work. Committee make my Juma 10 BA or PVA. And the me until more any abro no.
OPK.
Committee work and the debate my any debia. But plenary work into me any debia. But so I bill. Only time I say it's once a Monday. Because your airline idea person mature. I say 21 days to mature. And internet started about transfer Monday. The escape in and say in for holidays in Baby Boom. And the China rise no. In year 21 days. And the argument in say, yes, some days can come. But you give me a word in it, no. You say, a new emergency into Yenya in Koniambra, you buy another 4 days in November, China, a agencies in the next number 5 days. There are certain things you can postpone, but abide the bill about this government business. Mumbai, Mama come with statement only a private business, only the Imam come away. Now, buying the bill about. I just bought Mamma money too. Abide an agreement about. Oh, see me, but sister, I buy call for nephew, when we are Masaka is a bank of a major. Oh, my, and I said, we have a catch them.
Well, Davis Opoku and Sap Opoku. Which one is which? Davis and Sap Opoku and Davis Opoku answer.
Davis and Sap Opoku.
All right. Honorable, just some wrap-up comment on this conversation.
Well, you see, I mean, not to belittle the missing but what I want him to appreciate is the work of the committee is also part of the parliamentary business. It's also part of
I'll say the work of the parliamentary business is also part of the work of the committee is also part of the parliamentary business.
The report that we are considering, has a lot of implications on the implement of some contractual and of wire and so to say. And that is why in the wisdom of the speaker and the plenary, almost the time it was you deliver within that stipulated time. But he is the leader. He is the leader of government business. He attached importance to this report. If today they are saying this report is not of importance to them and that we should relegate to the back there, I think the judgment, the good people of this country are listening to us.
But already issues about the already issues. No, Honorable PK. Honorable PK.
We are ready to ensure that we scrutinize the books. But if they are not prepared for it, and
so Honorable PK, that's where the mischief arises. Because they are okay with the conditional clause, if they are not ready. Only Panso Kachra will say, Unim Pefe say some abandon a Juma or floor of parliament. And on Pefe say Omunko for the donati committees are also. Now, what's that done who Diabu Nakujinam Shibijan floor say? Yet I already say by Juma. Ya already say by Juma. Mona Mokra Quorum, we can't form a call. Now, one because I say, yes, there's Wapayuna the Edmezi. Because Unim Pefe say
they are a fair quorum, not committee D and Juma. Now will be a committee D and Juma. Committee, be by 1 to no be a Juma. Now, in fact, and Raka, you have a more and Kofu is one more employee. You got to chamber over 1.5 hours and a parliament started. So 1.5 hours. Because you see, and we need to learn to prioritize things. The parliaments on their letterhead have invited people, agency heads, institutional heads, GTV is covering live media, everybody is there. So you don't just stampede the whole process and say, yes, there are committees that may be sitting, maybe a budget committee, you can do something about it because it is not live on TV, it is not, you have not invited people, maybe you are just considering some documents. But this is a committee here. The cost involved in running even one public accounts committee meeting, GTV carrying live, Adom FM4, UTV, OBI, then in Profaba, by inviting performance, and now for retirement. There had to be someone to come and appear before the committee. And that is what we are talking about. Say, it's about priority. I mean, once you came and the people are seated, you don't just shut the whole process down because it has to be chaired by the minority.
Okay, so Honorable Richard Echampo, very worrying when a majority of around 183, am I correct?
89.
89. 189. Now in contention with 87, which is 88. How is that possible? It means that you are reluctant. You've taken a lot of things from...
you are making so simplistic.
No, it's simple. It's a demo political calculation.
Take off the ministers.
And I'm saying, it's a demo political calculations. And a DBA...
what can 189? So, Parliament in NDC for Kwandia. Only 87. almost on the dressing.
No crowd your mouth. When you are very opposite, we
put the two together.
But you said, whether they are present or they are not present, Parliament can still go on.
It's good we are having this conversation. And more leadership and also asset it up. Because equally, budget committee invited the transport minister, only the team by maritime authority at the rest. But we told them we can't have the meeting. What is someone can say away from so? The Anquan, a million, a case in Rancia, or Yen or Gino Hoeni, or no crop dear, because I am Madame for me friend Babon Tenene Casadisano. I catch any say, them call for the internet, some other friend and call for this. I gave him that respect. And yes, I may be doing
and I've not said anything against you, leader. I've not said anything against you. Me, I'm only talking about.
It's me no yeah, Janet. They all can in and I know yeah, Janet. But the person also communicated to leadership and they say, you can choose and pick. You say committees are busy. I refer a very important statement to the Public Accounts Committee. It's Quorum some raising no the committee of 19 members and this is for a base 15 and I was so. Budget committee and this is for a base 15 I was so. Public interest only a base 15 and I was so. 80 you can say 189 now can want some no. What's the ministers in the back one? For crop on then echo. Now also more 87 so no more other committees 5 crop on 4 I don't see a 20. It's a numbers no. Hey this weapon the point in a Kenya no. Sen common numbers Katana can po one Kenya problem. What to go no let you Bona a year Habiba catch us or no omunina before no munina sorry.
But clearly then they are that mighty sir. Then what they meant is right. Mighty minority is true. Because if 189 cannot fight 87, it's shameful. It means that the NDC majority is becoming helpless.
But I know I'm not seeing here numbers. No, didn't you put our numbers there? We have the numbers, but Parliament, ultimately you'll be a summit chamber. Obi check committee, Obi at a comment. No, say speaker, no session. A mining in Women's Day, a mining in Eguho.
But you
more attend board meetings.
But one Kasa says that's why that system fits your office for you to whip people in line. Masa bra. Yeah, it's urgent. That's your power.
And I mentioned say, power ni be a message I say I wouldn't me do comedy.
And okay, so Davis Opoku, Davis and so Opoku. Mama that's Rachel the champ of myself. But that's you be sure kono go to the
power. I say better than to kind of thing.
But that's you.
It's Joe made it.
Me dia you see me penny pa.
Jim FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
It's saying,
you could say chichiri.
Maybe a dream.
You will seem to buy a baby.
What is sister 9 years? Ugu so chichiri. Nakaya won't put our brand what do sister 9 years na Afena. A yo say a be ya. Wa wo da one I say who say won kra na so ye den
and your man does
what is sister 9 years what ko pension asan better fie nkron asan pay so wo go so say
and your man does
to me say we ye
ma wo refi say ye ampacho e ma refi say ye kutia no bed syndrome e ma refi say
no bed na no bed ba
e ma refi say ye kutia ye
no bed na no bed ba
e ma refi say ye kutia illegal mining e ma refi say ye kutia akwan ho nsem. It's a new man and battery, and not from the Uzi Carno.
Oh man, Yanka Sansoman, your seriousness, Nakakakra. Yahoke,
Yenny brain seminal.
Akakakra. What I say? Shanano fear the Hayani, Wana, a ye Osino, Obia Bobresi fear, Dibia man, I want any year in my man 19 at Tifio. Obia be ye Galamsey, and I ensure that. Or no, and so the mail mumpo.
Galamsey.
What they Galamsey now? What block it? What you so ne quine? I feel originally. Oh man, me say. If you the higher near the Wonkobo, ono atumi akọ blocking nsuo no ayi nsuo no kwan fofra ma no ena wakoye de obeye wo nsuo de kwa owie ye no wanfa nsuo da nto ba bi okoto no ena wagya ena wokọ enti nsuo to a obi fie wosi a wode ama han no egu fie ho emu awo owo maku nsuo no mu nya de ketwa ukita mai wa ba ko 3 years 7 years 13 years
you okay what din komo no wa
aman ye di won komo se na no fie de ya to date fantia kwa south eye friend saying empanyifo mansia kratefo ne nadmofo entumi se abrantie na wokọ boss abrane se onfa nso no kwoto ba bi okoyi ni friye na nipa nya woto ni ede omo ma han dare na to afifie ho
what dis an komo no ha
o man it is sad
fantia kwa hefa
osino asem na yekan
wona mansin krache o mun na
mansin krache yo ba ye nya no nadmo panyifo ye frɛ mo nadmo panyini che so do kra wonya we
are you
me one no na assemblyman o area ho ene ne kasa ene kire say wo abonad mofu amane e ti say e regional say ye mansi no omutumi nya ho hye bra no guso to oba ne so tafi ho nya de keto ayi wo videos ni nyina
na monya mansi crash ne na kasa bi
mansi no nti we no e mansi awuraba because o yoba mansi no benyi no o yoba o man debate omutumi resolve ye so omukwote no krompo so mra me ye ho adwuma wo fi word mu to go do no oba bi foforo
illegal
oh yeah mining wo baby foforo
illegal mining
dia mo boy amane as Galamsey do beye wo ho no man ayi illegal mining legal mining be ne be ka cho se kokode koyi nsuo kwan eto nten na wo koto wo nsuo kwan nim fanti akwa be so osino haya ya wo leaders wo important board mo ya wo leaders wo ho me se wa wie ye wo baby foforo tika mu koba saa o tika mu koba nsuo ta wo be fie area honom no baabi ananka nsuo to a enyiri fa ho no obesi nsuo ne kwan kotu ni godo wie na oja to honom no ne nsuo yiri fa omanfo no saa omanya yetim no
nadmo fo ma area
si nadmo na ba ho na mo so mode assemblyman so akwa assembly de akwato aban krache nanim what they are to my menanim asan so nadmo ya we enti si nadmo betumi ase abrante na na se man simpenyi fo betumi ase owura na okotu wokoye sa mine no man ene ye de awie kasa no to dadam no won na musu ani wo dadam o na wo sori na wo pia wo jo ode ne ma hye kire na wo twenso chron saa fansom e de akọ wo sifie atwa wo ato akire still onya solution ye wo leaders e wo si no mpotem ho.
All right, 37 minutes after a Dwaso Nsem on Adom 106.3 FM. Well, Urebi say, I just love Abuna Pokuya Keke. And no. Me wa well. Say Abuna no who dia no problem.
Aban MC near or yeah, DC. Fantakwa South. Mercy crying or your bar.
Oba.
Mercy crying.
Yami had made in the casa.
O man and you.
In the casa. And the problem near. Yeah, chichi kruti to boss.
No be me fa de sika nkwana me bre na majapade ensai obi betu du gold akọ.
Kro ne chichi abotre.
O man nya abotre ntu benya abotre na wie na usika se. We investment asia na wo kan say.
Wo de ye cup. Well, Star Oil Cement cows over 240 stations on my own baby. And one is about high quality for great service and real value for money. It should be Star Oil and Macau baby Okobiano. So Perfango Papa Tonquandia Star Oil. That's where you are choosing a quality and affordability. Very, very important. Absence to say Menkoso and Kaya Wadia Bakuri say they or plans be no, they are making sure that those plans no and those resolutions no it will be real. And the APSA say make 2026 the year of yes, it be possible. And APSA, your story matters. Your cost that tell yourself first if we say you catch that and then Sikana Kasa and one quantity that are now all sending and go through the right reliable sources. Tell yourself cash say dial star 110 hash and I all download do the Telecel Play app no. Now you're safe, you're secure in terms of your transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Ode send the keke na bibi bianco kama enfamao. Yaja to Milo always pa. That's where that vitamin D releases a certain level of energy ama your daily performance no. Bibi etimeko kama ediamao. Enti Mr. Non-stop action. That's a energy to burn every fat. A man kwadano so extremely active. Milo. and known as UDH, containing vitamins D. Janopa, any time of the day, you are good to go. Na bibi kokama kid bet. Once you Black Star na Ekwabo ni any Jesu we pay anisa. From Accra to Cape Coast, Tamale to Kumasi, united together because we are the Black Stars. It make out say we are seamstress, so we are trotro driver, Sukuni, Kuenio, Obia who play role. Say the bear star, we are united by passion and by pride. In TNA, as the Black Stars, take you on the world, no kid bet say, or the star 385 hash. It means stand with them and they with you. The time is now. Let's go Black Star. Kidbet star 385 hash. Now the game begins. By way of headlines, lawyer Mesa Akwaba. Remember back, you might be the parliamentary at Toto Jay. Major say, Asamakat constituency for my what is saying?
Oh, Boko.
Maybe come on.
Nyakoponado.
Monitor the obviously what them do.
Or
Yebi. Okay, so I'm gonna headlines quickly.
The National Enquirer Edaha Obama Yesayra Erikupuku Ese Enyadia and Toos Ebekwachi. Auntie, or somebody say, Egua Quanso and Dendia, and Chibiano, Ghana for Bihunu, a Jumano Sunsun, so no pens what the Monkomo, 9 more Senra, some chofu see more moye, a boy a mania Juma Womaye. Now, almost say 87.7%, and no your operational success rate. Nature said Jumana or more a no a koye pa into ye watching him. Into a maniana waka almost say Osino Honso ya Monko.
Dominance Mikroma
Monko and I say and also count 87.7 now on my bomb or deal one now on Mamma Yehunu. O man dan chance my mefa daily graphic say enra asem kese UN General Assembly ene enkrata ya mampani John Dramani Mahama e de koye ne nyina no man san komo we e hyase ache ahaya memekai pa ya kan se de ba ya kan ni news ni ade o mampani dada na nado dan kwakufu ado hyase bo ho amane keka mu nsem a se kwan a abrofro dia bibi man efa so wo share list bi abeto abonte krompa no pe na making can be Ghana has say no eba no enkwasom na ye nana no be say opepe ba ko ne achirinsia ebi kura guso ene koye oman a omuni padodo koye pa na Nigeria so ahu enti South Africa hade obi age ne de enti de ba no sa no na kwan efa so nkwasom de koye mai nana no koye adwumaden de kwotete o mama ye ne ye so mo ye develop no na e wo se e ho asem kaye no eba enti o mo koye no na wo se abato koso ama aman dodo no abeso ha ne de onu miensa na to abakire se de o man no de koye no ne kwan so ano no nkwasom a o mo befa abibiman enumum no antwa yie enti no o man ye mo ye nyina ye ho abaso.
So we are raising concerns about our ancestors domestically. No? How well may you cry respect your ancestors? Always raising the flag, our ancestors are ancestors.
Yeah, but it is war. Into Bana once a better ha, and no much say a big win, Emma Abibiman, Yabakosem, and so Makoto Swaba.
We are losing our identity, but we are pretending to be part that say anything.
Amana Befa, na hit gold fields. Ewo ha almost $135 million and no more de kwashe bugo so pristia mine no more de machines akese doza ne de keka ho akwa kwasema ebeboa ama oma pejam na emabu so won potem modem na nya adwuma ye nya bibi de echo mada bokata ne de dodo no ano ase ato apete ewo hase ya ho ama ne hit ha delegate so ba man minister for local government Yera Ibrahim Suna
Obi, you are a lawyer. You can't enter a courtroom and then misbehave like that. Please, you address us properly. This is a breakfast show. You enter, you are going to the court, and you enter, you are just talking. But of course, that's not decent. Who a lawyer? Our name says a bribia judge to them. Or sad in Chimuba.
Yes. Senior at the bar, lawyer Mesa.
Your senior at the bar.
Yes.
So, Usina no, or superintendent Hansu Kawana.
Oh my, you know, Kabrazan.
Philip was able to. We are too much.
In Abnata, yeah.
Oh, cancel a full party. It's a one hour, and I suppose.
Oh my goodness. Mr. Mukosisi host now. Oh, then no one well for the so who the playing in Guardia. What's that about? Anyway, Yamin can work out.
Amen. All the best. Wins in quality. Win.
So
but me no had mama kwansa madaroma 20 pesos no. Ye gusudi na ye jay.
Yedi say legal tender.
Obi na moye lawyers yedi.
Even 10 pesos no dey brown.
I dey phone you. A man reporter yenya from Temakosa yenya de ketwa. Yaso kwatema
1 person po wodi.
Yaso kwatema community 1 hod market 20% de da form. What the ma obi a onye
who go to yaka 1,000 Ghana no was
oh there be obi enye ne sa. What na kam uto nso kwa na mo 20 pesos a mo nye.
So the lawyer yen say
cancer mo so asem mo mai.
Yeah sure. And all time I affected.
Meme time.
I come back with the kitchen.
And so man whether madam masa sika no Bank of Ghana yenim so mo department in charge of currency wo mo hwe ho asem man because adwade for na nya esa na man na de bia masika na ba ekesi ode anka be 20 pesos aton o se menye instead no the 50 pesos for yes mo ka ho asem man na de birthday no man adwo man be 20 minutes
just quick because you're brain
patchomate wadaroma na ene eye Chief Executive Officer Sami Flex TV.
Okay.
Na Samuel Atubi Badodo na freno Sami Flex. Happy birthday to you at Sami. Me nua be ma ko ni se insuta na Sami nyi so Sami hwe me da. Koko ya na nyina yete na ye adu nkran. Sami hwe me. Ba na e wa woda. Nyame onsira na nyame nya okese. Nyame mo akoma so ade nyina emram. Wo ye nsem treni, wo ye da uboni, wo sanso public relations manager Emma the man Shatawale SM movement. Happy birthday to you. Nyame onhyehyaw na wakoma so ade nyina oma no emram wa wonia bema ayewa 05 kosimafo SM abrantie na every show happy birthday no Same. Happy birthday to you. Shata movement na kasa SM kin na kasa every show happy birthday. Obade ma wonyini menya 106.3 years. Ade bia Samodon Sabeka enye hira. Nkwakofo nyina so every show happy birthday Same Flex. Enjoy every bit of this day. Happy birthday so enko Emma ma bna poku a Constance ya dodo na frel kanawu wo ne wanya 79 years wo wanchi wo bono region. Happy birthday to you ate abna poku a mede ahwene na ka ho ama mama nyame hira wo nyame nya okese apomode papa na sanfie ekwedie yeseso bade emfa enomwo. Happy birthday to CEO your Kisdo Training Institute Asama Lebanon Mrs. Durakina and I woda Mrs. Happy birthday to you. Nyamenyo ema uyedie enkwatente no nyo kese pa wate omo akoma so ade nyina emremu menia bema Elvis Washington and I wish you happy birthday Mrs. Dorakina. Happy birthday to you nyina yedopa. CEO Kisdo Training Institute, have a blessed one. Dr. Samuela Akua Kunodu Adasi and I woda Councillor Tina ewa Aduma Hingwa Aduma FM heya and no wish you happy birthday no. Dr. Samuela Akua Kunodu Adasi obade oma yedie nkwatente ne pomode papa no mo akoma so ade nyina emrem na ya fosua wo Chief Executive Officer ewo Naya Travels and Tours nyame onyo kese no mo yedie nkwatente Stella ewo ye multimedia heya sales department ona wish you a happy birthday no akoma so ade nyina obade oma no emrem na oma no we de mame fanwie baba wa eye MPP ni ewo Germany na omo chese omo commander NPP Youth Wing no omo organizer ewo Germany ye friend Ruth Ledenberger and na woda Ruth happy birthday to you nyamenyo kese we commander na watidi for the youth winger ewo MPP wo Germany so mo appreciate you so much with leadership no e the enipa bebre na ba the first time oba take such a position na so adwuma wo ye no eyemroso oba de ma wo ye die nkwatenten ene pomde papa oba Ruth wo ye MPP youth wing organizer ewo Germany baba wow ne MPP for wo Germany nyina so mo appreciate you so much nyame enye okese ye die nkwatenten eno mo se so oba de emfa eno mo onyame nye okese pa Ruth.
Right.
Oman,
that's it.
Mesubedasi.
That's it.
It's Joe made it.
Oh, Semben Granny radio is so.
Mammy custom Semben.
Show be a Adom FM so na me pesimiti you. Any sami bray.
Oh, and switchery.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became #1. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Allegris paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint mu champion.
This advert is FDA approved.
Mama nka bebe kaka fa makoma mu hene ho nkyerɛw. Ɔbɔ me ne mabusua ho ban.
Me dia no hwɛ me busua. Fi awon to aso so kwa awon to aso so.
Hwɛ, mama nka nkyerɛw. Me dia mama sere daa ne da.
Me dia no kyerɛ papa. De tiri kwa sabe bia ye obi wɔ hɔ.
Aba, emeya hyase bio. Nti mu wuranom na mo kan fo mo sa.
Oh, Debbie, Pepsodent 200 grams for no one sem na ye kan you. Eye kokoko.
Pepsodent kokoko promo no nie. Eye Pepsodent kɛseɛ dada no a. Na ye de 25 grams aka ho. Jiwo de na ba wo busua ho ban. Na hyɛ wo semu de. FDA aji When
you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Allegris paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint mu champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Allegris paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint mu champion.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Banking Team, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs but dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here. And they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car. I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will send me a bill. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Allegris paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint mu champion.
found ni baby a wo e wo Ghana memu ha connection ni de eye den eye strong pa ubetimi eti Adom FM shows ni nyina e wo yen krabata e wo miamia.
Oh, I no krana no waka no. Nti sisi a me wota chimani me de tie Adom FM.
Baby a wobeko bia Adom FM e ka wo ho. Nyehia ne se yen krabata bi e ben wo no. Ubechi mu radio atoso.
Bebro ha so nie Ghana fana baby akasebo yi ya to apete tie no ba de na sia ne pene na dom wa hye so ma de pa bi aten tete mada bodwe moja edi afesania asidan ko nye de ma de tine enne ya woda anopa yi no sia kaseba e be en 70 mu akotene makoina ebo ye chidom edi ya meje so ene abena pokua renie mene bafo redu amu Jagre was Dr. Sign and na akwasinsia wamo ebo yetitom yati na bayiwa 05 atweyatum live e ofe
enne die ensesa vibe ne so die eda honom eye down na asesa keke
no sia bo Adom 106.3 104.5 affiliate stations bebro hasumye Ghana fana baby Adom FM yeah for Semben kweni radio we susu
maame customer yi semben
show be wa Adom FM so na me pesimiti you ene sa me brei
ensure chire emfa woni baby a wo e wo Ghana memu ha connection ni de eye den eye strong pa ubetimi eti Adom FM shows ni nyina e wo yen krabata e wo miamia.
Oh, I no krana no waka no. Nti sisi a me wota chimani me de tie Adom FM.
Baby a wobeko bia Adom FM e ka wo ho. Nyehia ne se yen krabata bi e ben wo no. Ubechi mu radio atoso.
Bebro hasumye Ghana fana baby akasebo yi ya to apete tie no ba de
well, when I'm afraid I'll go strictly to what I say. No, you cannot go outside.
Sister Sally.
All right.
Sally Quigrin. Honor award dream dessert or usu. And then the birthday. Fakunye na man. Happy birthday. Yakupona kasam kododa unshen. Oman kwatinsin. Oman anwasin. If you bring yebishia. Was then what's be out there? Your action kakra. Ewa. Oman. As a limit into the scope of issues are
no. Me say one lawyer for the crata media baba on table serve mu. Let's be fair. Crata media unless a minimum makwan say
lawyer for a friend departure.
Into for example, any da
the rule against departure.
For example, any da issue or see or UN General Assembly. John K issues at the man.
Debbie come.
Uncle Debbie. Zentum Kawasam.
Debbie.
Yentumi and Bo or Mampin.
Debbie and Nedia Untimi Mona.
Yentum Bo or Mampin.
Say him say a boss Abbas body we are a jabby DH
now you celebrate the great victory Africa in ya chalk. Now Mampin John Mahama. And on the foreign minister, they deserve our commendation. Ma, I am your kakra. Ni the yen suban ntoma azibi oye nationalistic or they na nke ne celebrate no. Now, I'm a politics, abefum, and see. Then you get a sense there. What's really the value?
Osande, and they say President ne statement will make key at the UN General Assembly floor or recognize it there where we've gotten to and no is as a result of an amoribia being made earlier. But if you follow the narrative amongst any for now, it seems to me that nobody wants to give credit to Ewana Wotuana more earlier, President Mahamu Wabo Abosodo. And that's where, or there, Yesuya, how we move away from that kind of posturing, so that as it be ba na oye, na yetumi ya boom na ya celebrate. Lady Abna, right?
Yes, Clark.
Read. No,
Abna Pukwini.
As our friend Kasakeke. Anna. Or read the headlines, though.
Yeah.
About graphic. And without prompting or acknowledging there on okay. Then Bibi Abasan call Omampinin Dadawa Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo Nabredo was when issue of reparations na became extremely topical. But it seems to me that we are deliberately making it look as if to say that Ejuma Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo, and of course before him people had spoken about reparations, including civil society actors. But he, as head of state of Ghana, took it to the next level, to the point that African Union 2026, I believe, Team Ukrano was founded on the ideals that he had set up. Okay, 2025. But as usual, NDC will feel that this is a victory that has to be attributed solely to President Mahama. And I don't think that in the spirit of nation building, how we celebrate things that are nationalistic, we should depart from that posturing. Now you can give credit where credit is due. After all, we all know, especially you can't do it on your own. You pick it up from somewhere. And I also maybe to my head in many cases, you won't even finish. And see, I think that that said, it's a great day. It's not the end. It gives us a platform able to leverage on to strengthen the call for actual reparations that could be in many forms to compensate for the loss that we suffered as a continent. I think that would be my preliminary comment on that issue. I don't know, sir. Brother, and some substantive issue.
O my march. Na muhoye.
Nyame adom kakrakra.
Akwati afochia. Amechia mi senior nso. Mi senior wo bibia mu. Mi senior wo emrem. O ye senior lawyer. No sanso ye mi senior. Ko parliament ansana me ko nti. Mechia na no pay. Wadi minister mi nyandi bi.
Na se odi eba.
Sa. O my have you so wo feel sa na.
Me wo fompa.
Sa. IT
187. I watch you on that 2028.
As a 189.
189. On the when you call room for you.
Oh, that yeah, that be chief now not the opposition.
189.
No man he sa ho no di wo de ya na. Na uti. Ya na o na biti unim. Quorum, no, you may have to send this for God and see me in your quorum.
No, but some more super
because and apart from it, no, yeah, now you are by business because what was that idea of your be leader?
No, but so cannot be.
I wish I had no numbers, no person, we are no boo, my nature of go for Mumpy. It's your moon. Now, it's now we have how we have for it. I tell them, I was here, shall talk quite trans because. It do be almost raising quorum. No, see a kind of a kind of quorum. No more as that TPP. But I mean, it's media. Me who say a yen say you share because we our numbers now. We don't need them. We can't need them. And you say it yen say a mum na and no dear me no yarding and. Your leadership goes so or her womb, your meetings, in the committee meeting, and the crime fear. Yes, at 10 also me committee, your meeting, yeah. And it is very important. I was a name on Sassem because name was crying, and you mushiai last week. Yes, because Sikabia said, Quorum timidity, maybe it is a committee, na say some common or committee level because yet now you approve your home budget now about plenary. It is a who say. And you might be a home students say, your master to you. Say, she can be a for so long a time. It did not see a trans in here. It's only a must say, no, it's a matter of agency. What you say, it is a committee, a cottonase, young so, or share ratio now. There's about 15 of us, and they are free, your majority. The Akotanase was our committee.
15. Come out to
so it is a moon in the sound so because 50 is a wood in the side. You bad there, Moha. Mom sent me black million yet to say. I said, you very well, your committee. So that we say, ya bear me senior a brechum, honorable a brechum. Yet your was that committee, no me, and I was. We are not press conference, almost quite every year. That was it, or no, chairman, so more quack. But we had to proceed. And no press conference, no, Koya, sad year. Sebi will be a who say, you right, Ibrahim, Mama, someone, but say, I did announce when you could have just picked up a phone to call Ira Jinapoy Bisano. Abu say, did he grant Sawe no? Say no objection, we no to sa so oh there mammy come and so yes say yeah they when someone can come did this
show for and can come on or draw attention
draw attention more
enti osha say yeah ko ba ya enti omo yes na ya te ho the 15 of us ya kwakoye ma ade ya kama now we na see yamba plenary. It's not fair. It's Sanya can now on way Sanya, Missinia kind no on say no a lawyer for be nothing useful to add. Sasama wakan in a medium GDC one, while Bowman Penya Basso, then no crayons I see a bonabasso, ni a foreign minister or my yard say or my pijan comono, aqua could do baby a dream yet to me a did resolution. Afasa kwan so na abem se ne aba no abeya asem kese say that UN eponso amount ni bi abstain yes or here em say Europe for no abstain here largely and em say was Israel, US and then another Argentina de nyame wa won bibi ni oye Argentina da onzo show man bia so at least ube hu black bia or ye citizen wo omo de abrofo nko amemi hu Argentine or black in color. What they are smart making and for some time, Maka say it is the only country me who say ubenya British or white or black. But me who Argentine or black that. It didn't one and Israel and US you can understand them. But largely no, don't want any dream. Europe for abstain here and I can hazard a guess. So but be that as it may, no, Yadim Kunim. It is a fact, and we must say, and Comunyan Nene Shasia. Maybe Nimpa, Namikai, say, Nanado Danko Kufuado, Nayam Command at the international level, and where Diba Kumi and Ubi Aminim, a fire reparations, undoubtedly. Yamabi or Yametana may at Tessa, where this uncommon, but it's been elevated, and Ababi do baby a Intia your mining yet to say, sir, Yane, Cote d'Ivoire for share so enkomodie ya ma mienu a lawyer fo mienu a omo ekabo mu kokoye nti edu sei na sa nyema sei yemfa me ya manyose debi ehunya your mining nia ne aka in fact to the extent that man for kra support yen na wo te ha na wanya nchichemu wo mu a na sa de a ye kra no sebi anya nti ne kwan so ano no ye di nkunim Ghana pagya sankomodie ni anya ma Ghana nko a eye bibiman ene enu nti na wo hwe Caribbean na omo nso to aba ne mai wo hwe because enya Ghana nko asem ye ka Africa nso obi ato it is a team di anim say at this point in time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne di anim a eye nkunim die ma omani nia nti yeda edikanfo nso omudi hu nkomo ase na na adodan kwa Akufo-Addo His Excellency wedi hu nkomo pen it's undoubted nti yare elevate aba bidu say ya omani nia.
Okay, so 10 minutes after that lawyer mesa na opeso odi BBC quickly na kwa na bibi no enko well so what's the news about this sole sourcing matter? It's all over in terms of our roads. What follow conversation
papa
so where are we falling short?
Yeah, falling short wo ekwane pido a man say CPP fo ewa na woma justification in the minister governs abojama amunya papa or ma I would grant him the benefit of the doubt. Osa na won ba banum da mama can I answer? So a CPP and any other political party. Public Procurement Act was passed in 2003, President Kufuor Bredo. Between 2009 and 2016, they operated under the Public Procurement Act and its modes of procurement are prescribed. MPP Bay 2017 to 2024. It operated a membrana. These people made it look as if sole sourcing or a crime. What catch Ghana for there or your avenue nkofu politicians what the fuck do no what do we are Ghana sika inti someone Ghana for to abam wonder what bar will be eliminate sole sourcing will be a thing of the past. True or false? So what has changed? What has changed?
Have you followed the minister's reasons for?
Are you completely untenable? That agency and I go for the ministers all get the sources on an agent. On number say oh your new political party be wa baba no mufufura. No work at the masam na. I won't argue. Because you can say they be the one. But NDC had been in government before. They had operated the same regime. Yet, what pretum in 2024, they told Ghana for the sole sourcing or your chrono. Into say what to Abama wana what bar wobokum. Then you turn around after you've got the power. Amma who so-called big push. What's this? Wabe a big loot.
Big loot. Push.
Wabe a big loot.
So don't serve as a conduit for people to even have that mindset.
That's a big loot.
No. It's a push. No. It's because of who you are.
Because they told us that is a conduit. Sole sourcing is a conduit for stealing from the public purse.
But it's a big push.
But big loot is what it has turned out to become. Contract per 81. Why?
The circumstances
running
under
into billions.
The circumstances.
Aba circumstance. Abani biya abatne go biya no project biya a priority or your agent. Abani biya from 1992. President Akufo-Addo started Kaswa Winneba Road on your priority on your agent. He went for sole sourcing. They told us that he was using it as a conduit to steal. Is that not what he said? Why do we be so as men pay yani?
I mean, teeny.
Is that not what they told us?
Omokasa mu wati omokasa.
What's the name? Maybe I'm mentioning ye. Come and say.
Say akwenye a eda ho se ewo emre mu no. Mafa ho ewe krakasa ensem fata.
Ono jeren.
Abusing that opening na ewo ho se ye wo ho kwan se putupru ade bi hia se wo ye ananamo bi hia se wotua. You abuse that privilege.
That's what they said. Accused us.
You abused it.
What's saying you abusing? What was the basis?
They tabled lots of
Matty, only one was a two. What's the Dr. Bamiane brother in the company? Coco Road. Samidi Fiodeke press conference. Which one again? Table now say what fetch outline the list of table what's the abuse no. Let them table it. Now listeners won't say. And this is for you. They be an catch out there. So what catch out there, sir? Ne ya for you. Ne tell one answer ne coffee, sir. Soon be about two. They are so deceitful, it's not even funny. Aman, in the justification of what dream there. Oh, or your agent projects are on my paying Mahama Opedo we and son and the time also in 2028. Hey, now Baban no your project on Korean before Obifia Gum. Which government won't? But that for that me. Now what that share Ghana for? Look, now it's not even a question about whether MPP did it or not. Oh man, that even them conversation is neither here nor there. It's irrelevant. And when Nankasa one manifesto commitment to the people of Ghana, Sami Okujeto Ablakwa on Captain Smart new program. Okita one manifesto. Also, sir, you reset manifesto. Ya trash him. Ya buy you make him. Wake him up. But didn't he know at the time? Our culture Ghana for there. So what to about Mohonda Wabo no? That was a big push in the same manifesto. One intention to we before President Muhammad the time Obosana. They didn't know. Amani. What am Subani Jay? Maybe so was summer Yano. No one yima.
But clearly they had that social contract. So
I don't have a problem. In the same document.
It was there. Big push was there.
In the same document.
But
big push no woman.
I said Muamu Kasi.
Political talk. About political talk. Social contract or political talk.
Hear this. Uti we are saying say no man be one man. They all contract mono. Different from the year or year days so. Because Obe Kase who be hold with what an individual within a party ako kase ye be chem completely.
Okay, the document when Nsem no de share Ghana for. Eti the one mu bi ababa ka che de no asama se me akuru ta kono en kwara. Amani. Eti do bi e be deny them statement na Sami Okuje to Ablako making na. That was a commitment. In the same document, no, they had promised that what about the roads infrastructure, 10 billion. They said it. In the same document, what promised the book sole source, no, single source. So how do we reconcile the two? Ochade or your boss Ramuka, what can what did that Ghana for? Ma what to abama one, knowing very well that what bar them so sauce in the was book no won't chum. Am I in? Is that it?
The NDC's 2024 Resetting Ghana Manifesto pledges to curb the abuse of sole sourcing in public procurement, making it a rare exception rather than a rule.
It's an exception on your hand. The law itself, as enacted as far back as 2023, makes sole sourcing for exceptional circumstances. Norm, only competitive tender. Exceptions, only restricted, no, only sole. Reason of urgency, and only what you call it, situations where the good service or works a procure or a proprietary. Right? Nimpa bako for pay, no, yeah. Then you go for sole source with approval of the PPA. And see, if 2-3 roads or 4, you find that 10 contracts what they want press conferences as constituting abuse. What makes 81? Not 10, not 20, not 30. Proper 81. Only in the road sector. Another yabadi. That is justifiable. That is justifiable, right?
Over 400 contracts awarded.
Yeah. Big push contracts on your 400. Let's get the distinction clear. Fourth estate for one story away, no.
107.
One kade. 1 year RTI request for all road contracts that have been awarded by the Ministry of Works and Roads and Highways. They were specific. The big push projects, no, Oyahin 107. Out of that, 81 has been awarded on sole source. Or consider how much percent?
75, 70.
So what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Agency.
Abe agency, the framers of the law, Parliament. No one knew there at the time we make law. No, the agency was and that road projects ye agent to the extent that ye exempt now under what you call it the regular competitive tender process name na so sorcerer. Is that what the law says? Is that what the law says? Yeah. Competitive tender, I agree. It gives you value. Osande be your costing. Profit margin wom. In the road project, it will cost me in the region of about 100 million. But mun farmer contractors mun advertise no be ambra mumba scope no mbo quote. Some will quote 80 million, some will quote 90, some will quote 120. Evaluate costing now the one technical capability and award. So if Obia wa bid for 80 no winner, what it means is that he is prepared to take a smaller margin of profit than somebody who is bid for 100. 20 to me fair be before. Amani 20 to me save na fair be before. But if you sit in the comfort of your office, na shishe ejuma up to the tune of 70 billion. Now allocate my contractors the one conquer. Where is the value? They promised us that they were going to generate value from public procurement. Where is the value in this? the value no one. But I'm all this that is playing out, including issues in cocoa sector and no one can win now. One more cry. Because Padisi and one year CPPO. Aman. And this on your CPP. They've been in government before, and we saw them. And see, what's this one quote? Eh? And what that gonna form what to Obama one? No, what Beno warrior. Or the Kafa mining and mentioned a Amprechumu okay press conference. Or say all they could have done. You then come over for a telephone now after Abuja now we be sent there
to check
2024. You see, you people, you think we are stupid eh?
Too harsh a word.
You think we are asleep? Oh man, a letter Ama Kofi Boy released it 2-3 days ago.
That it should go back to.
It should go back to where? That what they are going to use a tender process. So if they say that indeed and in fact some process of the transfer one had commenced in 2024, right? And that in itself is sealed. And so be alone question the attempt to give the Daman mine to engineers and planners. Why are you today telling us that you are going for tender? In any event, why the gold fields last year, when one lease no expire, a ban also terminate no, we raise the objection. If indeed and in fact they had agreed in 2024 to make any sale to a third party, ma enye diplomatic circles, one government no bema, they wouldn't have gotten 1 year extension for the transition. Am I in? Aman. So what are they telling us?
Let's give it to the locals.
I don't have a problem.
EMP has
mini problem.
Look, more than the capacity.
100% mini problem. But what can we see? As some of the work can we see? So, sir, mini problem. I don't have anything against Mr. Ibrahim Mahama. Why not? But the Kukwanas story that they are telling us associated with the transaction is what is raising suspicion. That you say, what the minister of 2024 crab, Kufa why agree there one ton mine one farmer papi. It turns out that at the time one lease expired last year, the company itself had an intent to want to continue. True or false?
Correct.
Then you come back on the 24th. The minister today issues a statement saying that mine not be expired. Lease not be expired on 18th April. No, this time one year so. There's no agency. Am I in here? There's no agency. Waka less than 3 weeks. My lease na expire. Mana honorable Ama Kofi Boy Ghana for no tender. The tender be advertise that ben. Man Kofi prepare one bit that ben. Ma wa submit may evaluate and sign an award by before 18th of April. These are the things that doesn't add up. You see the things that they are doing? But ordinarily, many problem here. Why? Our capacity, no doubt at all. Ibrahim has capacity. We provide mining service contract to all these mines for many years. Many problem, cry. If so few there, operate transition from service provision to actual mining now, I don't have a problem. But stories not work on the.
All right, that's mess about.
It doesn't add up. Until Let nobody say that Honorable Ampechumu walk a rash press conference. They were legitimate issues
There
that they raised.
There were still options open up.
Options were open
up. They rushed to pull down.
And how many tell me when they do their press conference?
I'm saying that. Hold on. They rushed to pull and fight our own. Increase.
On your fighting anybody. Don't get us wrong, oh.
Okay.
Makawaha. That Ibrahim, our capacity. I know him personally. He's my friend. Don't have anything against him at all. But let the story that you are saying be consistent. That's all. That's why the Imanifu are raising all sorts of issues. But otherwise, I don't have any problem. I believe the Odia to me empower Ghana for ma what generate wealth. Now, stay ha rather than a in principle, no doubt.
Better be there. Bedu, BBB, lawyer.
And that's it. Why own him? So there be a crew. We name senior MPP 4%. No.
A crew, you know.
I thought there be a Let me start from baby over here. I just only brought this aspect in because near Quorum seminar there. I didn't really get into the detail. Now me hear to say you ran prechum and the other gentleman called Madame Foy Honorable Nanka Omwa Kwine Bibre Senia Wokan, and they chose this route where they called out not even the company engineers and planners. One more statement. The person. Can some I mean to me can be hard. What kind of statement, you know? Which was so unfortunate. But you see, there some near can. Assemble na ba mom can some sir. Look until say ye in some PA yes there were engagements in during President Akufo-Addo time. Did you even know this? Did they bring that out? You ran press conference okay. O my fafo no to o ne yankasa somewhere serious. Otie from press conference him said, look, if you read and I say okoko kinkan yankatwi section 52 of the Minerals and Mining Act na. A quite fast way transfer ownership of concessions. And I am extremely shocked today at what missing here can in there. It is a serious indictment on the then Minister for your friends, Lands and Natural Resources, Senor Canada. Because the law says transfer no bar or no na said you says see a decrata command or say you perceive a fee way in some co in some and so your due diligence no approval and also approval so cause no objection that's a process and yes or no objection kofa process net waso. And there is a reason lawmaker no nimnienti or this side no be so that unauthorized persons be here to no ke bia ya mom concession en kwhye obi achi na nipa ne njinwie no no nkwaje iti mano aye nkete say esese ye de bra minister for lands and natural na ohwem na ma etuo nsi ukon Yewra Ibrahim Mahama ma sopa no say John Dramani Mahama his excellency nti no jama em so tiase ono kwa na ma no nkwa home nti oni ho ntimi nya adwuma no mu breso e no de krata ba ye say ye pese ye transfer da man concession e de man minister emra no say take a decision minister said no objection their due diligence no na it is ensemi. So it is Senyaye in any dia. It is a serious indictment on then the cabinet minister of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. For that no objection a krata. Okay, any answer one can no. Or say the name minister no of course.
What was the basis for the no objection?
What was the basis for them? Yes.
And it's a no objection.
And that was the sector minister. No objection krata no. Omun dispute here. And basically no objection no just processes to us. Any yeguso. It is a mindful fraba. It's not a subject matter for discussion. No, omono ma to say ya tam Ghana there because ne brand ya man peniti ya tam dia channel. Enya press conference nya ati as no. Yan kan some yen to be crank. In fact, family
and state capture.
As you saying,
Iti mo breso na no objection ne ba and dia na aye ansa na wo ka say no objection. Inti ento aso. Iti ene se aban no guso ye processes na. How do you come back and criticize aban and I said the essence of discussion and your process e koso ne wo. It is a minority for akwa can some say ye the Ghana japade ache ye Ibrahim Mahama.
So a state capture allowing engineers and planners a company owned by Ibrahim Mahama, brother of President John Dramani Mahama, to acquire the mining lease.
Can you imagine? Near course, no. It is Abrana Namunim say, Yevra John Dramani Mahama, Sabro T opposition or 10 baby drain hono. Sabra Namunim say, Ibrahim Mahama Yenimiano. I didn't know my objective. The sector minister objected say, Yevra John Dramani Mahama. We've always said the man has capacity. You may not like him. But look, or 1 year fata a war I saw the Yajuma Ukrimu. Na oye na Juma Kransa Nimiane be president. We all know this.
In fact, he benefited under.
Can you imagine MPP Kracha NDC? Waka pen say even in NDC krano because baby crack could be obetimi renya dwuma bi no. Ni nuane ntedu baby a no wa choko kakra. Nti anu kra ha na dwuma. But I had to say, your as natural assets may be. Obia to say, as ye two yanisi one, yan no. But these are senior members of parliament. Then someone moko kai. Me say, so answer no mo kasa. Now him say no objection be or krate be or minister. The then minister Troy say only 170 process na ntoazo. Did you know? Adan ye yes a okruma. Iti nia koso na dia. It's part of the process. Eguso koso, that's not the issue. In fact, so who can say buying and adwin so tamade de ache obi without due process. The process is ongoing. But ni abeya asem ne say Mosi state capture, was it? No, because Mosector minister says abre no so ka say objection ka process na ento aso. Because I'm not no man ho kwan. Etu onsi ne kon so. I know the young fantonche. I mean, yes, let's not be and the process no and twaso. We all support it. Senya Missinia so I can or say Papa no and I say company no what obetumi aye. It's a process and twaso. Twaso, but mischief no mo ye and Ghana phone ye who say na enye na process na shase. E shase o mo breso. No mo breso no mo jitu mu say twaso. That is a fact. Nti di asembio. That's MBU. Anyhow, because it is presumed, and we lawyers know, say official duty is presumed to be done regularly, unless otherwise proven sentence. It is official duty by the minister, say no approval was done. And I don't think that you move to me a question minister. And you can't no objection. So what was the basis for the no objection? Because and so your due diligence. No one wants to be okay. Me, I want to believe so, yeah.
But since I can't no objection, and only for Pimnankas.
And you know, answer no, and on my process net twaso. You can't no objection, and no stress, see. But minister no, absolutely. Because under section 52 of the Minerals and Mining Act, and your share, what to me without it. It is a dead dream, be woman, and concurrent to Fakrat and quote the den. Party ya me who say on no crano enter munya san yeka na go beda ko nanim but be ya fine no didn't crack any akoda nanim minister was meaning who as men twaso. So where is the state capture here? Sabre no ye John Dramani Mahama not in baby asum na no only to me wokruma. So where is it coming from? It was so irresponsible, that president, with the greatest respect to them, it was completely irresponsible.
It's a playing field, and it's a politically induced playing field.
Absolutely.
So you cannot also draw a conclusion that that press conference was irresponsible.
It was. You see, me say answer no more kasa.
You might put your facts across.
But the fact has it been challenged? Listen, asem we buy I want say you Raj Bujina posa wa otasa letter. In fact, it is the basis for this discussion. What kasa nya no kre? What you baby so bisa letter ni fake? That is why I can conclude at this stage. Because if we know, say, assembly ni afa pemno, sa krata na. Na krata no so bi embe deny ya. Na krata no nti ase ya che nya wonso waka ne say, ni ekoso ne nia ne fa pem no gina minister no asem o kai so ni ho asem. Nti asem adwuma ne nto aso ne transfer ne nkoso. E di asem bio. Can you imagine? Say ene and ankasa letter no call the current minister ho.
A different matter altogether.
And a minister can say no objection, can create Kijadem. And can create. But it happened under your watch, and that was the sector minister. It is and America said it had to only take a phone call. Say now nim I am fan say now nim. A phone call say are you Rajinapo? Because these are lawyers. I honorable and preachment. I'm sorry, lawyer. Anna senior a lawyer. Okay. But you see, at least section 52 no just say mandate to grab your checks say now that transfer you no has it complied with the dictates of the Minerals and Mining Act. It will be who say a woman says say come you are minister, then you find out from your then minister say is it true say dear we never attention na minister ka say there be na fe where you so no so ka say no we be so okay into due diligence when na here na minister chiro ni enti or arrive at that matter close. But as usual, but you see, common MPP for desperation no was rododo. It was rododo for power. It is a criticism. Sometimes me for say as someone I can if your friend is saying so saying. Oh my the answer. Missing your assistant CPP for it goes to them too. Sen common CPP for more raise issue and KBABT. And you nipa no mu didi so saying. Omo da so sourcing. Omo worry so sourcing. In fact, omo ma many so sourcing, omo papa so sourcing. And they are, is it that they are criticizing so sourcing? And I say, omo someone say NDC for kebi nti omo so kebi. What is the issue?
So the issue is that the NDC comes in with a reset mindset, and that reset mindset is a complete.
But you see, me say, so who are those talking? And your mom did this so
I don't want moral right now.
At all. So member at all. Because on to be unim. 117. So what you share on Casano. On Casano, nia, and Timmy, yes, almost criticizes so about NDC for kind.
But they drew the attention of the NDC party when they raised those points and say, it is not a crime, it's a part of it.
Thank you. Entino, and now issue anything.
Una contract 107
no, it's been established. I mean, Joy News Minister Baho because singing Kromobo 100 and there on say Missinia can say apply for big push contracts. It turn out say I face a figure no more can a general contract and not only big push. Minister raise or say mettre 100 and something couldn't work big push no almost say no.
The minister should also take it. The minister says that he's given out 400 contracts, awarded 400. That 400 outside the 107. So in effect, it means that 507 contracts has been awarded.
No, you for your friend saying fourth estate for. Almost publish a client no more come once. Publish it.
Yeah,
and that big push. But what if your mom not me making mistake?
What they said yesterday, and nobody go that they applied for it.
Yes.
And they gave them
big push.
Yeah, and the big push. And they gave them 107. And out of that 107
has been awarded.
Now 81 through so sourcing. 26 na canon competitive or restricted. Restricted, yeah.
See, with regards to sourcing, let me even make this point. NDC can be the full stop say so sourcing is a crime. And I see Tiamra.
NDC is a conduit to, make money.
So abusing her. In the NDC, yes, some kind say, only
how do you define abuse?
So let me come. Let me maybe him. See a case except say a matter of agency. And your you need as a matter of agency.
On this matter. On this matter. You see, let's improve on how we go about it. Let's not be defensive. Because you got copper bridge BMU. Anna, but Osha rules now. If indeed is certified, I respect Suleiman Ibrahim, and I don't think that deceptive things, but I really respect him. So I go by what I have seen so far. If you see the roads no more can once that emergency
no, you see, it depends. For instance,
hold on, Meba. We are saying an emergency situation. It's a do or die. A situation where the uniqueness of something that we need is with one person.
Yes. Yes.
All the circumstances of the roads that I have seen, to be honest.
But member roads ni be ncho.
Okay.
For instance, on the almost billions, a quine be a honma. Fan say sa wini bakwan. Sa wini ba, ye wini bakwan. E can one and count.
They were saying they are distinct. The ministry even acknowledges that they added 8 major roads.
Amount, no. Do you know how much that road cost? Into almost billions. What besides really bad? We inherited it here. The account. Sa road, no, a agent and a agent. In fact, has the contractor been changed or not? May throw the hypocrisy with them. Or twas one man is so sourcing, and now the account will say, 10 crime, what the account will 11 say, a castle source.
Their request for was big push, and the ministry said that 8 out of these carried on for
yes, and these are the huge ones. There be on my see, motorway. Now they share a demonstration course for
Honorable BBB, but even if it is 107 and we take the 8 out of it, and the rest left is 81 for soul sourcing.
You see, on my say, I said no, soul sourcing no, in Tiamra.
Nobody is saying so.
Yes, maybe.
But it came across as such under your.
No, you're so more abusing, no. But you see, with this, yes.
How do you define abuse?
Define abuse.
Senior with them, Pacho.
You see, because you admit said there's nothing wrong with
lost the election.
Based on
promises making of Ghana for 2 abetiam. That mean here
is this but you see that is the main issue.
And you have come. And you are using the same means as we know to steal from the public. Big loot.
Hey, the way I'm when you embrace more power this are the alpha. Some Fico farm nearby and alpha. They say, oh my bad. This are the Oman say, okay, we can have a discussion. But then you're more because they found nothing wrong with it. They should be the last to talk about that.
No, I'm raising your objection.
But the objection we raised, and we can have the discussion in terms of road by road.
Quantum, percentages.
Yes. And I may make sure, say, if you look at the major ones, a contributor to some billions now, a client we inherited. These are huge ones.
So they are figures. 8
figures, very major.
So
very major. There were demonstrations. Yes, it's a contractor. We only renegotiated. They moved out of sight because not payment issues. Now we had to meet with them, renegotiate contract and film them. The same sourced contractors now, so how do you count that as one of the sole source?
Okay,
I don't hear you from. Yeah, you frame. Wow, figure out billion. Because these are major roads. I mean, I think that the busiest road in Ghana between the Circle Pukwasin Saum road, and it is a huge one. Who you frame my cousin? What we are saying, look. We cannot make us a war mind. You bet me I have this discussion.
So
at all, omnimoral right. Because they found nothing wrong with it. It is a him can ask questions. At the end of the day, the end can was as someone can ya koko we say ye per man a value for your sika. Obi
value for
money. Obia embe short change. And no na ye kasa no nti se wo ye sa ne ma ti se ya emfa nya te se eye norm se ne be ya wo be wa kire ne ma bi mu hwe. Look, personally I find nothing wrong with it so far as say obetimi establish say a pass the money for value a value for money audit enkoba say si na ye contract no e bia 1 kilo 1 cedi enene aye 10 cedi. If we are able to establish say niaye Kenya, because look, Mimi Krom, ahimfo sheda, me constituency ahimfo sheda but together. Echo Jubilee House, ya kwan bi de mo anya dia ene yenko. What did you expect the government to do? Ahimfo led by Dasibre Ankasa. It could do sana. After now, Obabe tender, Obabe say, how many months? So some of them a matter of urgency, and the people for me, the people would love to see a contract a year also. If we go through that a year, for me there is no problem. So far as say I pass the value for money audit, there is nothing wrong with it. Sana na mo ya no. But you raise the issue because you are abusing it. Senya within your friend is saying a short period of time. Now as some contract in here, it cannot be. But yaba beto sa die my drivers ne commuters demonstrate wo pokuase. Tema motorway rini bakwan. Na yaba na se yeti da bi. Ya re-engineering. Na ya contractor krona na mo fan so sourcing so source no. On one yes on koso nya adwuma. Na wo kasa ho a. Wo na wo de ne ba ye as a so source contractor no. O mu bu afu se adenti ne ye enke yansesa no ne nya tender no foforo. But the agenda is a simple one. Say ya na say wo ye tender wo ye say these are the same people omo boy e say 24-hour economy yentimi nye because it's going through the system no omo force ye nya bibia ni manim ye bibia ni manim nso
most priority na Abeka say don't say that I top most priority no we have to go through. There should be a bill establishing who is in charge of 24-hour. Yeah, no say free SHS they want to say 140. And now as Zentro for Penny or Ghana. Do you have a blueprint of what happened with the 1 district 140? For a blueprint of what happened under one village, one dam. Do you have it? How much went into it? Where are the dams? So that's why more
yeah, priya boas ya yanswa. Mo say yam priya ho ne yenye. Ya priya ho so yanswa. Mo say so. Yenye dance say. Ba ye hu enipa no temamufo na pese President Mahama action ne kofom. Ne ye agent ye be na agent. But yem fagan na sika. So far obi entimi nka so obi adi 1 cedi. Kasa ni nia obi entimi nka say enei eniema I inflated.
Abuse definitely will lead to some of
well I will bro for and minim so anum tia will lead to that. Well no onka wa ha na me tie ne pastor beka say contract way ya breso ya man say this is what we should be discussing. And then ya ye ni say o man yen na Ghana for
so we measuring kilometer by kilometer.
We should. Say mo pese ya na sa it is not about the mode I dem contract so restricted tendering competitive tendering. It doesn't really matter so far as say indeed we crowd them contractors na ye use akwa yensa contractor akasie ni a contractor na wo so contractor no o procure no through so source it yensa no ne competitive tendering when people are demonstrating.
Well Bibi maminasi
era
message just wrap up now because
you see and this is why I am so there.
You don't have the moral right to criticize.
No, Chairman. I mean, this is if you Somalia, and Ghana. The fact that we've lost an election makes us non-Ghanaian.
Based on your mom.
Masrao. Hey, that one a campaign mode won't fimo. Because MPP, based on in summer working, Ghana for 2 abetien. Based on what promises are making, what the 2 abamo. That is what we are assessing you on. Not what the NPP failed to do. Now evident. You can't throw that in anybody's eye. What commitment are making to Ghana for was that sourcing will be a thing of the past.
Except on, under exceptional circumstances.
What exceptional circumstances?
Of course.
What exceptional? The law itself provides for sourcing on the exceptional circumstances.
So relax.
When we were doing it, you said that constitutes abuse. In Ghana, phone to Abamo, Eba.
So today it constitutes.
These are their words. They will change the law to take out sourcing. That's what they said. Is that what they're doing? Have you amended the law to make it extremely difficult to do sourcing? You haven't.
But that was part of their promise.
That is what they promised.
They will amend.
You amend the law.
To make it more tight.
Thank you. Have they done it? Oh, chairman.
What kind of value for money?
Chairman, yeah. Bibi.
Yeah, President.
Bibi, Masrao. Yeah.
On
America there. Yeah. On America there. And when Wawa Benumo do.
Yeah. And you can see people.
On come on in argument here. You've been in government before.
Also, what the
value for money lawyer working now. Look, there's already a value for money department within Ministry of Finance. Already exists.
In fact, was not tight.
Oh, remember, tight what? Even it is being argued there. It is being argued there. Why don't you amend the Public Procurement Act to strengthen the PPA to play that role? Because you are creating inconsistencies within the value chain of government contract. But let's see. I won't pass along. I'm told that yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we are different face in Meher.
Different person.
You had a minister for procurement in this country. Then and Greg was easy.
Maminasi.
You refin some chroma that be me. Man 5.
Maminasi.
Oh, my, we say, yeah.
Maminasi.
Oh, that's a missing and tin was a man brain.